pull Taskmaster in here because I invited him to go be a co-host along with me. You were technically listening to the Minnow University Curation Show, and on top of that, it will be the Peace Academy. But Steam Monsters just released the challenge feature, so I think I'm going to go run a tournament in the second half of this. Okay, so now what else are we doing here? So I think we got to figure out like some things to talk about for the next hour, and maybe LL Farms will want to come on and we could talk a little bit about some of the things that we've been cooking up. And otherwise, I don't know. I guess at some point you guys can go send me some posts and we'll try to get them some upvotes. Let's see what else I got. All right, so hold on. I gotta go type something real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to do way too many things because I'm trying to actually get this, trying to get this tournament started. Okay, so now, what are we gonna do? I mean, the other option is that I go and mediate a conversation between Global Clop and Rondon. That can happen too. We'll see. We'll see what we have to do. All right, Taskmaster, I unmuted you. Are you there?
I am here. Good evening.
Fantastic. So how are things?
A little chilly down here in Florida for us, but probably not what you're dealing with up in the Northeast.
Cold up here. So you are typically pretty upbeat in your posts, your daily posts there. What do you think is the thing that what are you most bullish about in crypto in general, or what keeps your attitude positive?
Interesting question. I'm a big believer in Steem. I'm a big believer in cryptocurrency in general. When you look at what Satoshi gave the world, his greatest gift, they, was the ability to create and distribute money. And that was something the population of the world has not had. It was reserved for the few. And a decade later, we see over 2,000, 2,500 cryptocurrencies that are listed or that we know about. And I see a dramatic shift taking place. It's going to be a number of years, I believe. It's a process. But what I really like about Steem is it's an onboarding method. And what I mean by that is if you look at the opportunities that are going to be created for people in the next, let's say, 5 years through cryptocurrency, through, let's say, security tokens and different things of that nature, the wonderful thing about Steem is somebody can walk up, join the Steem blockchain through any of the apps, and they can earn themselves tokens. When you look at the traditional cryptocurrencies, and I'll use traditional in quotes, you have a situation where you have to buy Bitcoin, you have to buy Litecoin, you have to buy Ethereum. Yeah, you can do faucets and certain things like that, and there's gaming things you can try to win some. But really, I think the proof of brain concept on Steem that is now being expanded out to many different apps, and proof of brain is proof of activity with ActiFit. It's proof of whatever you want to call it with Steem Monsters, which is, an absolutely wonderful idea there. And when you start to see these different applications in the development, it's very easy for me to be upbeat because I feel 2018 was a sensational year for Steem. Not Steem the token, that got crushed like everything else, but the Steem blockchain, and you look at the developments and the updates on the different apps. I mean, look at where you guys were with Steem Monsters early in the year, and look at where your project is now. And you can look at every app that either wasn't around at the beginning of the year or is on to version 3.0, 4.0, 5.0, whatever version they're on. And yes, we lost a few. It seems we lost Zapple here somewhere along the line, and that's going to happen. But I think there's every reason in the world to be optimistic about cryptocurrency. And the other thing that goes along with it, if we want to talk about the pricing mechanism or the market itself, I believe that a lot of this market action was due to manipulation. I followed Wall Street for a number of years. These people, I mean, they manipulate the gold market, the silver market, they've manipulated the Forex market. So a couple $100 billion market is not tough for them to manipulate. And I do know every Wall Street firm out there is setting up a trading desk. They want into, at a minimum, the security token arena. And so I think there's a major game going on, and they're pushing it down to acquire it. And after they acquire what they want, they'll unleash the bull. But, I look at it more, the tokens are ride or the pricing mechanism is along for the ride. It comes back to the development, the network effect. What do we have going on the Steem blockchain? And that's why I feel right now we're a top 5 blockchain. We're not a top 5 market cap cryptocurrency. I realize that, but I don't see many blockchains out there
Yeah,
that
I mean,
top
from
Steem.
a technology standpoint, I think that we're pretty solid. Um, and then from just, and I mean that because the number of transactions that we can do, how quickly we can do them, the fact that they're free, like that, there's a lot just to the chain, and then on top of that, you get the communities. Because everybody that I've spoken to, like, hey, you guys have Steem Monsters, how do we get that over here, or something like that. What I keep asking them is, how would I get in touch with your community? And they're like, what do you mean, Twitter or something? And I'm like, oh, like, Twitter is not a way that I'm going to reach like 10,000 people in a conversation or something. They're just not hosted there. They're just not housed there.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you look at the different layers, and when you have to analyze a blockchain, I think you start with the technology. And, we are a blockchain that was, created by Dan Larimer, which his blockchains tend, from a technical standpoint, to be up there. We don't have some of the issues that some of the other blockchains have, i.e., scaling. Although there is that component, as we're finding out with Steemit, with the nodes and things like that. So there's always technical issues, but at least we're not worried about if we start doing 10,000 transactions per second, is the blockchain going to be blown to all hell? We know that's not going to happen. And then you're right, the community, and I've written a number of times in the last 6 weeks or 4 weeks, and it's been echoed by a number of other people. I think what happened with Steemit 4 weeks ago and the announcement has just made me optimistic about this blockchain, this community, because you look at the number of people who've stepped up and the cohesion that we have and the realization now that, it is up to the community. No sitting back and waiting for Big Brother to handle everything. I mean, this is decentralization, and we need to take responsibility for it. And I see a lot of that, and I think we're going to be better served long term for it.
Yeah, as long as we can hang tight and hold together, I think that we should be okay.
Absolutely, and I mean the name of this group, peace,
Peace,
love, and
abundance, and
abundance,
liberty. There's,
or peace, abundance,
it's a
and
loving
liberty.
group at
Excuse me.
times, so it's an understandable mistake. But it's peace, abundance, and liberty.
And I mean, that's really what it comes down to. My view, for if we want to get a little philosophical, is one of the major problems with society as we know it is it is a fear-based, scarcity-based structure. And the haves and the have-nots are changing, with less haves, but they have more of the pie, and more of us with the have-nots. And this is where cryptocurrency, decentralization, some of the moves that we're starting to see technologically in this arena. I just wrote tonight about Singularity Net, who they are using blockchain for AI and to decentralize AI, so it's not in the hands of just the mega tech giants and governments. And I think this is all good for humanity. And I think humanity needs to shed some of the fears. And I don't think it's really humanity's fault and people's fault that they're so scared. It's our system that creates that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that has been their bread and butter since day one. Get the people scared. You know, you have to have an external threat, and as long as you have that external threat, people are willing to give you money and their liberty and their rights, frankly, um, so that they feel safer from the external threat that you helped create. Not you personally. That's the royal you. I don't think you. Yeah, I don't think you're
I'm
personally
not that
responsible for
powerful.
creating fear in the world. Just to be clear.
No, I don't quite have that much power. I agree completely. And I think at the core of this, when you really strip away the layers, and I've read, a number of your posts over my time on Steam, and I know you've drilled down into a lot of different rabbit holes with this stuff. But I think at the core of it, it always comes back to the monetary system, and that is the one thing that they can dangle in front of everybody and hang over everybody's head is the monetary system. And realistically, when you look at and you dig deep enough, you realize it's just all a mirage anyway. People who sit there and say, well, that cryptocurrency has no value. What value does the USD have? Well, there's no intrinsic value in cryptocurrency. What value, intrinsic value is there in the USD? Well, that's backed by something. What's it backed by? I mean, it's it's not even money. It's a note. It's debt. Um, and it's just people buy into that. So I kind of laugh when people talk about cryptocurrency and saying, well, anybody can go create a cryptocurrency. Well, the U.S. Fed can create whatever money they want
Yeah,
whenever
I
they
mean,
want.
I don't think people understand it. They're like, oh, I go to the bank, I give them money, and then they give me money. You know, like if I give money to the bank, they loan that out, and it's like, that's not actually how it works. When you sign that document saying you'll take out a loan, that's the surety for the bond that they create to generate brand new money. So when I took out a mortgage of my house and took several $100,000 out to go get this thing, like the bank minted that money. They put new money on the screen. They didn't take your money that you had deposited and given to me. They generated it out of thin air.
Yeah, and if people really understood the fractional reserve banking system, I mean, they we'd be much better off. But nobody looks that deep. And then there's the other side of the equation. I don't know if I blame people. I mean, you take somebody who's working, a job and a half or two jobs to support his or her family. They're dog tired at the end of the day. Then they got to come home and clean house, take care of the kids, do whatever they do. Who has? I mean, most people don't have time to dig into this stuff. So we do live in a world of headlines, and they know how to manipulate the headlines to create that fear that you discussed, always creating that demon who's going to get us and, give us your money, give us your liberty, give us, your security, give us whatever, we ask for because demon XYZ is going to come after you.
Yep. So how did you find cryptocurrency in the first place? How did you get over here?
I found cryptocurrency about 10 years ago. I started, maybe a little longer. I started really delving into technology because I was in the office equipment industry and we were changing. Once we went digital and over the next 5 to 7 years, our industry really changed and we started getting into, first we were just output devices, then we were connected devices, then we were scanning, then we were saving documents, then we got into document management, and on and on and on, ultimately to now where it's an industry basically of workflow. So that's how much it's changed. So I started just getting into technology, not from necessarily a bits and bytes level because I don't operate at that level. I wish I did, but I'm not that type of mindset. But I look at the general trends, and I've been following stuff for years, and autonomous cars, and quantum computing, and renewable energy, and 3D printing, et cetera, et cetera. And of course, one of the ones that I was following was blockchain cryptocurrency. And I think I probably came across Bitcoin maybe 2011. And I remember reading some stuff on it. And I remember where I was. I was sitting in my office and I said, I got to put $500 into this. And it was one of those things I knew what I was looking at, but I'm not technical enough to know what I was really looking at. And so it was one of those things I'll get to it later, and never put any money into Bitcoin. And of course, we know what happened there. But I just kept following it over the years, and somewhere around 2015, I think it was, I I just actually got involved with Mana first, Mana currency, and I was at an event, and somebody there who I never had seen before and haven't seen since. It was one of those synchronistic events. She just happened to mention Steem it. She said, "There's this blockchain. It's a social media blockchain. Steem it. Go check it out." And I didn't say I got to check that out later and just put it off. I got home. I checked it out. I signed up. I was one of the fortunate people to get my approval within a day, and a day later it started, and I just started writing. I joined August of last year, so I'm about 16 months on the blockchain. And for the first few months, I just started writing about different things. And you mentioned my viewpoint and my optimism. Right before the run up at the end of the year, I guess this would have been about October, I just got tired of all the negativity. And so I started to focus my articles on Steem and what was going on, because I saw a lot of negativity. I'm like, this isn't what's happening. And people were following the token, and then the conflicts, and basically side issues. So I just started writing that, and as I started peeling away the layers of the onion myself with Steem, I got more and more excited. And I think my posts have revealed that. Of course, able to catch the major run up at the end of the year, and I was able to get caught up in the euphoria myself, action, and I really did not see the FUD coming as it did this year. But so be it. I thought we would
Well, I
have kept
like
carrying forward.
I like J.R.
But I wasn't going
Caronell's.
to.
He's got a post with a nice image in it that shows, what it basically alternates between is one bear year and 3 bull years, and it kind of goes back in that pattern. Now, whether or not that hangs in there, who knows? But if history rhymes like some people think that it does, then when this year is over and we get into 2019, it should be the start of, somewhere in that year will be the beginning of the next bull run. And all these projects that are getting built, and all the engineers that are here, and all the people that are looking at this chain thinking, what could I do here? I think they're going to be in a great spot to take advantage. Whereas all the people that come, 2 years from now near the high being like, wow, there's a lot of money in here, I better start my app right now. Like, those guys are going to get their ass kicked. But the guys that catch the bear and ride the bear from beginning to end into the next bull, like, I think Steem Monsters is in a great spot, D-Stores and the other guys that are coming along. I think 2019 is going to be the start of something beautiful.
I would agree. Right now in the last few months, I've actually paid attention to pricing action, only because I got a little fiat and I'm trying to buy, and so I'm not real happy about this run up in Steem today, in the price of Steem today, because I want to get at least one more, if not another buy at lower levels, but I may not get the opportunity. Of course, Steem at 32 cents is a bargain too. But my optimism is simply from watching the development, and that's what I try to convey in my writing. It's like, and that's why I'll pick certain things and write about them, and get excited about certain apps when they're introduced, because no, not all apps are going to be successful. We will have our failures. There's no two ways about that. But these are opportunities, and we never know where that killer app's going to come from. It may be on the Steem blockchain now. It may not be here yet. It may be in somebody's head being created as we speak. So, but I agree with you. Anybody who is involved in Steem right now and is amassing some Steem power, I think is going to be a very happy camper 5 to 7 years down the road, and
Well,
that's the timeline
you're
I
gonna get
look at.
these folks that, like you said, we're gonna build all these apps and dApps, and they're not all gonna be successful. But it really, I think it'll just take one. You get one. We form 100, 10 make money, and one is like a killer app. That alone could go quadruple, like, or by a couple orders of magnitude, change how many people are here and how many are routinely sticking around and using Steem. Like, we don't need everybody to contribute exactly the same amount. Like one person or one team or one something that somehow makes it viral, and like fiat or normie levels of viral, not just viral within our own small crypto community, but like really make it out there. Like that alone can moon all of us for many orders of magnitude of wealth. So, I welcome having 100 new dApps, and I'm sorry to say, but 90 of them won't make it that far. But for the 10 that do, I'm excited to see how they purchase and hold and use their Steem to build their influence and grow their business. And for the one that like really makes it mainstream, that's going to be awesome because it's gonna change this chain forever.
Without a doubt, and I think when you look at it, and I'll express some optimism about Steam. And I believe they're going to pull the smart media token off. I believe that Ned is sincere in his vision. I think Steam it is actually in a better place now than they were before in terms of their focus. I know they're in survival mode and they're doing some things to try to survive, but I believe they'll get past that. And then once they do, I like the idea of moving away from the social media. Let the apps do that. Let the project teams do that, and have Steam it just focus on the blockchain. And one of the things they're focusing upon is SMTs. But I think that is really a game changer in the sense of abundance, to
I like
use
that term.
part of this platform. Yeah, it strikes a uh, because you think about the fact that somebody can come to the Steam blockchain, sign up on an app, or will be able to sign up on an app, play whatever, do whatever that app is, take the same username, take the same key, and use any of the apps on the blockchain and earn different tokens, which, from my understanding, will be convertible to Steam, which, as we're starting to see, Steam, with some of the listings this week on the DApp sites, our tentacles are starting to get out there a little bit. So I think there's a lot of things to be optimistic about. And the pricing action, yeah, that's a total bummer. But at the end of the day, um, I have a set 5, 7, 10 year time frame on this. I mean, the internet, if for those who are listening are old enough to remember, I mean, the internet around 1993 wasn't a very user friendly. It wasn't a very efficient system. But after AOL and Amazon, and then eventually Facebook and some other things came into play, the internet became what it was. And I believe the same thing's going to happen with cryptocurrency and blockchain. And I believe the term blockchain is going to fade
What do you think
from
it'll be?
the discussion. Uh, it'll be the apps. I mean, we don't talk about TCP/IP, we don't talk about SMTP, we just talk about email. I think blockchain. Well, first off, I already read because of the Wall Street, every company uses the word term blockchain to get a 3 point jump in their stock price. They're already getting out of that and going to use distributed ledger technology, DLT. So that's their latest marketing ploy.
I'm not sure that
Um,
term's any
but I
better.
think it's
It
just going to be
sounds it
something.
sounds
Well,
Carlin
it's not better,
Esque,
but
George Carlin esque sanitized. You go from shell shock to post traumatic stress disorder. We're going to go from blockchain to decentralized ledger bullshit. Whatever.
yeah. Well, that's how Wall Street thinks, and you know what? The sad thing is, it'll probably work. With the snake oil they're peddling. But anyway, I think it's just a matter. We use the term blockchain now to differentiate, and I think it's just going to come down to the apps. I mean, ultimately, let's say Steam Monsters. Does anybody care what that Steam Monsters is on a blockchain? I don't think the masses. If Steam Monsters became this super wonderful, explosive viral app, which I certainly hope it does, um, I don't think most people coming, outside the early adopters are going to care what it is. They just, or where it is. They're just going to see Steam Monsters. They like the game. They're playing the game. They're earning some Steam. Or eventually they may be, if you guys bring out your own token, they're going to earn whatever. And that's what people will be excited about. These different networks, I think ultimately, we use that as a way to separate now, but we're quickly moving to it's the app, stupid.
That's like it's the economy, stupid, but for blockchain communities. I dig it. In case anybody missed that little quip. I don't know. Yeah, my friends and I have a thing about explaining jokes. We know that it makes them less funny, but to us, that's exactly why it becomes more funny afterwards. You're not supposed to explain them. But because you're not, and we're going to do it anyways, that's funnier. And I just gave an example of me doing it right then. It just is like we just have to explain them. Oh, in case you didn't find that funny, let me help you understand the humor. Oh, good.
Made me laugh.
Times.
So,
all right. So we get about 30 minutes left, and then there's some people that are already congregated in here for the Steem Monsters tournament. If you can hear this, there's literally nothing you have to do. There's not a damn thing you have to do. There's no organization that has started for this thing yet. I'm live on the air, just trying to talk through life with Task here. So don't sweat it. But in 30 minutes, we're gonna go have a little tournament for the people. What do I want to do? I kind of want to play a little bit of music. I was thinking of finding like a Soundwaves Photon track and playing that. What do you think of that plan?
Sounds like a great plan.
Have you ever heard his music before?
Nope, be a new one on me.
Yeah. So Swoop is he's a regular in here, and he just authored a post, but this is his psychedelic art post. I don't want your psychedelic art. I want your music. So let's go try to find some Swoop music. His name isn't actually Swoop, but it is but it is Soundwaves Photon, which we just shortened to Swoop here. So it looks like Down the Blockchain is one of his latest music compilations here. Let's go listen to this on D-Sound. Task, I'm going to move you into the other channel, and then I'll drag you back on whenever this song is done in a couple minutes.
Okay.
And it's loading on D-Sound, so here we go. It's about 3 minutes long. Down the Blockchain by Soundwaves Photon.
Give you an upvote, baby. Give you a re-steam, baby. Give you an upvote, baby. Or give you a re-steam, baby. I've seen you down the blockchain. Wanna go swimming, baby. I've seen you down the blockchain,
So that's Swoop. What do you think of that?
Very nice.
Are you eating
Very
chips?
nice.
Is that what I heard?
Yep, you caught me.
Oh, you're so busted.
Yep, you caught
You're
me.
so busted. It's all right. I do it on the air. I get yelled at. It is my pleasure to be able to yell at you for that. But only because I'm so guilty of it.
If that's the worst thing I get caught for this, I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Hey, Task, have you been in one of these shows before? I don't know if I've seen you. Have you been able to catch any of the like msp-waves forum talks that have happened? Maybe you have.
I've listened to your show here a few times, and then have been. I was on Pensiv's show last week. You were on there too. So yeah, I've caught
Well,
some
it's
of
not
your
just
stuff.
mine. I mean, we got like 50
You
DJs
tend to
up
run
in here.
what? Yeah. I mean, I've caught your actual show, and then yeah, I've caught some of the others that are in here. This is a great project.
All right. 30 minutes. What do you got? Is there any kind of special topic that you feel like isn't being addressed on the Steem blockchain that we ought to be talking about? Like, what's the magic that not enough people know?
Taking some of my ammunition for my next few posts. I think one thing we really are going to need to confront or discuss, and you may know a little bit more about it since you have been on the blockchain a little longer, but obviously Steem started out as a blogging blockchain. We had Steemit, which is a blogging interface, and people are able to come and create wonderful content on there. And, some of the apps that we're seeing, and I believe some of the apps that we're going to see in the future, they're not necessarily designed for quality, to use the term that many throw around. And a lot of the things on the internet aren't about quality. So, and I've written about this a couple times. I wrote a post last week, and I kind of got blasted by a few people, but that's all right. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I think if you really want to target the masses, I mean, mass adoption on the internet or mass use on the internet is not quality. It's, people are doing stuff they like. Even on YouTube, you look at most YouTube videos, a lot of that is not high quality stuff. It's just somebody who feels like videotaping their foot for 10 seconds and posting it up there, and they think it's funny or whatever. So I think that's really going to be a tug of war that we're going to have to confront at some point on the blockchain is, what do we stand for? Is this a place where we welcome all content and we embrace the decentralization, we embrace the non-censorship, or do we want everybody to fit into a box that, there's a certain standard of posting that we expect, and below that is an app we're going to either try to ostracize or downvote or whatever the case may be.
It's did it start as a blogging app? Or it started as a blogging blockchain. I mean, what we started as was a blockchain that had one app on it, and I think what we figured out is that once you have a free, easy to use, frictionless blockchain, that you could put more than one app on it, and we could do more than one thing. And keeping that in mind, now we have at least one more app that's on here. We'll add a couple more, and then who knows? Maybe we'll even get like Steam Peak to start getting some revenue off of what they're doing. Partico is going to make some money, especially with all their naked people. That's pretty hilarious.
Well, and if I could jump in here, that's something that really is going to be a question, because if I understand Tumblr right, and I'm not a huge social media person in general, but I think most of the stuff, or a lot of the stuff on Tumblr, in addition to the adult content that Partico is targeting, I think a lot of that stuff is just stuff people grab from around the internet and throw into their little Tumblr blog. And of course, so now you have the issue with Steam Cleaners and Cheetah. And how do you negotiate that? And if Steam Cleaners and Cheetah start nailing all those people, that Partico targeted, Partico is spending money to get 40 terabyte servers. Um, that could create a little
Yeah, I
friction
mean,
there.
to me, we have to get over the fact that like Steam is a place to go write 30-minute blog posts. Like that is not really what we are anymore, and haven't been since the last hard fork when we actually not the last one, but two ago when we switched to linear rewards. We stopped being just a place for blogging and really started to be, a place for apps and other dApps, and this was more than just that one blog, and you can write about whatever you want, or you could just share posts. I mean, I think part of what this place was missing and why we didn't moon from the blogging that we did is that like just sharing links on the internet has value, and the idea that people had that it had to be a 30-minute post because that's the culture here. I think that was flawed from the beginning.
I agree with you. I and my posts have thrown out numbers there, and I mean, you want to talk about value? How's 1.8 billion? That's what the estimated value of Reddit is, and that's nothing but just links. Pin interest, which is people just putting up, little pictures and links and stuff like that with, just a little bit more graphical interface, is valued at 12 billion. So to say that stuff has no value, and we only stuff that adds value to the blockchain, that's not chump change, in my opinion.
I agree.
So, that's just an area I think that there's going to be a conflict. And I understand when upvotes are, and when I actually did, and I'm sure you'll remember this, the big thing was the memes. And people were upset about the memes and all that. And, oh, these aren't quality and they're not worth. And quite frankly, I mean, I'm not a meme person, but I really
that
think,
word is meme.
yeah, but, dude.
That word isn't meme.
All right, whatever.
I don't want you to go through the rest of your life saying meme to people. That have you heard the term meme before?
Yeah, but I'm from New York. We mispronounce a lot of stuff.
I'll tell you that word is meme. Just
Okay.
I mean no disrespect, sir, but I won't let this injustice continue.
I appreciate it. My life is better for being on this program. See, you always learn something. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I agree with you. I think that we just have to be inclusive, and I think it comes down to and I was reading what you wrote a little earlier before we came on the air. It's not about what you say; it's about how you say it. People don't have the right not to be never offended. I mean, it's your choice if you choose to be offended. But me being offended at something doesn't mean that you don't have to post it or express it or say it. And I think we get caught up on Steam, which is certainly a microcosm of society in general, and that things have to be a certain way, and it's my way, and I'm right, and we just can't. We have a difficult time coexisting, and you see these little fights going back and forth on the chain between different factions, and it's like, why? We're all here to have fun. We all have a tremendous opportunity to change our lives financially, change the lives of many people around us financially, and also, in my view, to go to a little higher philosophical level, to actually change humanity. Because I believe what people are doing on this blockchain now is going to have an impact on humanity and on freedom.
That's been one of my thesis statements for a while. Is like once I figured out that the world was filled with violence and war, giant spy networks, and the Federal Reserve money creation as debt was like injecting and creating poverty all over the world, they said, look, we need something to combat that. We need peace, we need abundance, we need liberty. And as I started exploring those topics, and I found Steem. I didn't get it right away, but eventually I realized this is one of the most powerful tools to spread all three of those. So I'm in this for the long haul. I call this my digital home. I definitely I think it's powerful here. I think that this is one of the best places to spread the message, spread the vision, and have a way that change might actually be enacted. And some of that just comes from the separation of cash and state. So to explain my joke, you should know about the separation of church and state, but this is now the separation of cash and state.
Yeah, I agree. I think Steam really, if more people would step back, I think they would really see the potential impact that this blockchain can make. And quite frankly, I don't know if there's many blockchains out there right now that can rival that, and what we have the capability of doing. Um, and maybe I'm a little biased, and I admit I don't know what every blockchain is doing and what every blockchain's into. But when you look at the activity, you look at what's being created, you look at the development, you look at the technicals of the blockchain. I mean, there's not a lot there that rivals it, and I believe this blockchain, cryptocurrency, these technologies are going to have a substantial
Well, the
impact in
best one of
society
the
going
best
forward.
phrases I saw was like from an MIT technology review thing, and it said, "Blockchain is going to change how we handle transactions in much the same way that the internet changed the way that we handle data." And in that sense, it's really about transparency, access, spreading it. Um, I think some of that was just to share just how big of a difference that um, blockchains are going to be able to make in everyday transactions, of which there are like trillions every day.
Yep. I mean, it was actually one of the first tokens I bought after I bought. I started with my approach with investing was to get a foundation with the core tokens, your Bitcoin, your Litecoin, and your Ethereum. But one of the first tokens I bought of your outside of that was actually BitShares. And my reasoning was when I looked at that, I realized I said you could take all of Wall Street and throw it on this network. And that really excited me. And then, of course, I found Steem and started adding to Steem. And quite frankly, in the last year and a half, I haven't bought another token Steem.
I can't blame you. Um, yeah, I used to have lots of different tokens, and at one point I said this is sort of silly. I just don't. I don't feel like it's worth the amount of energy to go track having 10,000 of them. They all sort of move up and down as one. And Steam has the challenge that we have like Steemit that's selling stake every year, and that pushes price down over a long period after like over and over again because they're selling down from the 80% share to like the 30 or 40% share that they're at now. And that puts sell pressure on this coin, but that's not indefinite. At some point, they have sold out of their coin, and the sort of like downward sell pressure that we've been experiencing from the biggest shareholder selling is eventually going to flip to that sell pressure's gone. It's been distributed better, and this downturn has actually been great for that. Um, I see beautiful days ahead. It might take 2 to 3 years, but by the time that these apps and dApps have come along, and at that point the Steam in itself should really stop selling this thing. I mean, I think that we're sitting on one of the most valuable assets. It just is going to take a couple years to mature.
I can't disagree with that. I love what's happening lately in terms of the distribution. I put up a report every month that follows that, and I've been tracking that since I don't know January or February, and I mean the bottom line is we are getting more MVS in the hands of dolphins, in the hands of orcas, and in the hands of minnows. So we're starting to see a spreading out of those tokens. And the last couple months, they've actually, the dolphins and the orcas have shot up through the roof, especially the orcas, because I believe of the buying. I mean, the price is there, and so people are taking 500, 1,000, 2,000, whatever their dollar amount is, and just buying some steam.
Yep, and it's gorgeous because $2,000 back in the day got you 800 steam, and that wasn't going very far. Now $2,000 is making you what is that times four, 8,000 steam. I mean, you're like two minnows at that point. I mean, for small money, you can hop into this thing now in a way that uh, gives you a vote that's somewhat meaningful, and you can start feeling like a contributing member around here. Yeah, I did my math at 25 cents Steam, but I do think it is 32 cents right now. Yeah, nice job, Mean Bees. I mean, that's the thing, right? It didn't cost you that much. That's $300. I mean, a lot of the millennials are broke because this entire corporate and government structure has ruined the net worth of young people. But assuming that you're one of the dudes that was able to go find a job and could get some stability around here, like, um, yeah, you should be able to scrounge up a couple $100, and my hope is that this thing, we are on the cusp of when the institutional money, the like outsized mega businesses are finally going to start rolling into this place. Not just Steam, but all these various cryptocurrencies, and um, we're gonna get the benefit of that in a big way. And I don't think that's far.
Agreed.
I mean, they've been setting that up this entire time, right? So
That's my
price
view,
was
yeah.
manipulated down, was manipulated back up. It's going to happen again. But if you're aware and you understand that the big financial players are doing this on purpose, and they are doing boom and bust cycles on a $1 trillion market, which isn't really even that big for them, as you noted. Um, right now it's 200 billion. Like that's chump change to the guys that really play this manipulation game.
Well, and it's even half of that because they only really manipulate Bitcoin and everything else seems to follow.
Yeah, that's possible. I don't know. I'm sometimes I wonder if the alts lifted up Bitcoin or if Bitcoin lifted up the alts. Ah, stop it.
Yeah, I don't know, chicken or the egg discussion, and maybe I don't know if at the end of the day it's that important. Like you said, the important thing to know is it was manipulated up, it's being manipulated down, and they'll manipulate it up again. I mean, they do it with the housing market, which is hundreds of trillions of dollars. They do it with the forex market. They do it with the stock market. They can do it with this market.
And this one I think is easier. There's less regulation. It's a small market, so it's easy to manipulate. There's some anonymity here. I actually think, um, like it's hard to fake data, but it's really not that hard to manipulate full markets.
Yeah, not when you have basically unlimited fiat. I mean, you could, which these banks do, and Wall Street does, and so they can basically do whatever they want. And uh, but at the end of the day, and I agree with turn, everybody will be along for the ride, even the shit coins. But I feel comfortable having a very solid project, and that's what Steam is. And I think Steam really stands for more than just the token and making money and oh, I can get 100x or 10x or 1,000x or whatever people are after. I think there really is the chance to make a difference for those of us who want to operate on a different level than just, oh, this is all about the money. To me, this is all about humanity. This is all about the impact that we can make. This is about the um, Alex Jones. And I don't care if somebody's a fan of Alex Jones, doesn't like Alex Jones, it doesn't matter. The fact that Alex Jones was targeted by the mainstream social media sites shows the problem. And if we could give a place for voices like Alex Jones and whoever else is being censored by the establishment, that's what we're here for. And I do agree with some of the posts I've seen where we need to start to talk about the uh, lack of censorship. We need to talk about the being immutable. We need to talk about the decentralization. These are the things that the establishment cannot compete with their quote blockchains, which to me is just snake oil because, you know, if it's not a decentralized blockchain, to me it's
It's
just a
not
shared
Scottish, it's
database anyway.
crap.
So don't go run out and buy that IBM. This isn't financial advice, but I wouldn't buy that blockchain and IBM stuff.
I got an image here that I'm trying to go bring down. This is something that I've been thinking about now for a little bit. There's this chart that has been used for a while for what the main stages in the stock bubble are. And when I look at this thing, I think I see some of it, or like the relative levels. No, this is never like a super trustworthy thing to do, but this is at least how I'm helping myself sleep at night. Let me go copy and paste this in. It's in here. So I just put this, put those charts side by side, and I put an orange bar in the left one, and I kind of think that's where we're at right now, of like very potentially on the rebound back up from the lows. I know that some of the folks like Tone Vase he's calling for like a bottom at 1500. So I still put that thing in there as possible, but when I look at the graph on the left of how bubbles typically pop, you know, I drew the line that I think kind of gets us underneath that major bear trap there, and then I just kind of drew it out, and to me it sort of looks like we might be in the spot where it's time to go back to the mean and keep going back up.
Well, there's another chart that follows a similar thing. It's the technology hype cycle, and it's a similar pattern. And I think you could apply the same thing from a technological aspect, where the hype surrounding blockchain kind of got way ahead of the technology, and because of that, we had the burst. And you know, the technology over the last year, you know, the bubble burst. The developers have been banging away, and you know, the technology is light years ahead today where it was a year ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'm continuously impressed by the number of people that are here. There's still obvious challenges, and we haven't solved everything, but we got a lot of smart engineers that are good software devs, and people are moving into this space, and big companies are moving into this space. You know, I really do think it has the power to transform how we view transactions.
Yeah, I would agree. I think transactions are just the starting point, though. I think in the next 10 years, we're going to see a lot of stuff end up on blockchains, you know, which will open up a lot of things in the field of medical research and stuff like that.
Good times. We got about 5 more minutes before we start up the tournament here. I'm gonna go play a little bit of something on Tune. Just so that I get kind of a couple minutes to get some final thoughts over in the other server so that people can get ready and organized for this. So I'm going to go play... I wonder if that... No, that's just the band name. I've always liked the song Sweet Dreams, and here's a band called Sweet Dreams. It's a hot new track. I've never listened to this. We'll go see if this is an epic fail or not. choose going to keep playing. How do I turn this thing down? Tune I don't think has like an overall volume I can use, which is unfortunate. Because I want you guys to still hear this. Speakers. I don't think that's what I want. Alright, I just got to turn that off. Alright, so this is a close the site or press pause. I know there's no volume, and I'm recording, so I want to make sure that desktop sharing. I think that's what I want. All right, so it's going to go show over here, so that's good to keep track of. All right, so now let me go grab Taskmaster. We can bring him in here. So Task, a part of your job here is you're going to have to be kind of chatty. Maybe I should go bring in some other folks if they want to do that too, because we're going to kind of be like announcers for this thing. We're going to give it a shot. You know,
Okay.
I don't know what this is going to look like because I'm always, yeah. Thank you, Carrie. All right, so right now, let me try to explain this whole thing. Right now, what we're about to go do is a Steem Monsters tournament. And that tournament is going to be worth 50 SBD, and it is free to enter, and it will be played at gold tier or gold league level. Let me show you what I mean by that. So in chat, I just put in some levels of cards. When you challenge somebody to a fight, that's the level limit that you should be choosing, is the gold level limit. And that determines like how powerful the cards are allowed in here. So step one, and I'm going to type this too because not everybody is listening on the air. Step one is just put in the next consecutive number. So Task, are you going to play in this one? Are you participating?
No, I'm not a
Okay.
game
Don't you
player.
have cards over there?
Nope, I do. I missed the
Well,
Steam
the bus
Monster
hasn't
bus.
even left yet. All right, so
Well, you
I
wanted
do,
my
but
precious
you can go buy it
Steam.
in USD. Okay. Hey, Carrie, are you out there? Carrie, LL Farms. I don't know if there's somebody else that wants to go. Maybe Clove, if somebody wants to go sort of give a voiceover with us. Do you guys want to come on air and kind of talk through, and maybe we can even show some of the fights as they're happening? I'm trying. What I want this to sort of be like, I'm a hack and I'm not sure I can pull this off. But what I'm really hoping to have is a bit of like an esports feeling to this. So I'm hoping that we can have some narration over the games. Not because we got to organize it first, but once that's done, I'm hoping that we can have some narration of the play style and what people chose. Maybe even invite people on to talk about a win that they had. Like, I'm trying to get this. This is my first attempt at figuring out what the fucking esports broadcast is supposed to be like. Yeah, I should, Clay, but I'm going to do this myself for now. Okay, so first off, what I need you to do is all you have to do is type a number, and you're going to put a number in order. And this is how I'm going to build my bracket. So somebody put in 1, the next person put in 2. The lower the number that you have, the better it is, because it's more likely you'll get a bye. But just go type in the number. All right? If you're playing in this tournament, just type the next consecutive number. So I see T-Poly for... Oh, this is going to be a bit of a mess. All right, so Taskmaster, what I want you to do, can you just tell a little story? Or I wonder if somebody wants to come on air so that I can go try to get this. Or you know what I'll do? Screw that. I'm just going to go play another Tune song real quick. And you guys can listen to Tune while I go get this bracket made. We'll see what else is on here. This looks totally insane. Let's go try next one by Jordan Mullins.
do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. Tour the world, ain't it funny, I'm one of a kind. All I do is rhyme, all I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. All I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. All I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine. All I do is get this money, all I do is grind. Play shows and chill with honeys, all I do is shine.
I just need to go find tune so I can stop it. All right. I'm going to go bring LL Farms on here. And she can help keep me company. Move to live on air. All right, LL Farms is here with me too. So the two of us, these memes. Taitu, you're pretty funny tonight. All right, so I put up the chart. It's up on the screen. It's in chat here too. Hopefully you guys can go figure out who you're supposed to go battle. So I have 32 people here. I forget if I said if it's over 32, I'll do more money. But right now, I think it's just going to stay 50 SBD. And depending on how this go, what was that chart? The start sign? Yeah, you guys can start fighting now. So what is most important about this is when you pick what types of cards are allowed. The types of cards that are allowed. So what you do, you're going to challenge your opponent, and then when you challenge your opponent, you put in the opponent's name. No, John Doer, you're in here too. Sorry I put you as John Deere. You're 26. And you're on the right side there about halfway down. So you're John Deere instead of John Doer. So just make sure that when you're challenging somebody, you do those level limits. So it's a 50 SBD as a tournament prize pool. Most of that will go to first and second place. A little bit will go to third and fourth place. It's all right. They're just going to talk. So the main thing, you guys can start. You start fighting now. The first round, actually the first two rounds, are best of one. So this isn't best 2 of 3 or best 3 of 5 yet. That will happen in later rounds. Yeah, it's possible that their names are spelt wrong. So message the people. You should be able to see their names on the left there. Sorry, my handwriting is messy, and yeah. So you guys are starting to figure this stuff out. So what I want you to do, if you don't see their name, just start typing in at some of that stuff. Make sure they have the same handle, and make sure that you're selecting gold. If you select something other than the gold level or the gold tier, like it's not going to count. So the other person could go say, hey, it wasn't the right tournament format. So that's the news there. Yeah, good luck, everybody. This is and it's single elimination. You can see the tournament bracket. So if you lose, you're out. But it's entirely possible. Ron, is there a show on after this? I should always know this, but I don't. What else do I want to know? So, Justine, I'm sort of thinking that we might pull some people on here. So we might have a fight. I could go play the fight on the side, and we'll see how we could actually talk through the fight, or just explain maybe why people pick some things. I don't know if people are going to want to come on, but I figure that you and I can do a little bit of breakdown in terms of how the fight went and why you think somebody might have won. What do you think about that plan?
Yeah, I think that's great, and you can pull it up to where we can see it on the msp-waves.
Yeah, so let me.
Listen.
Will you put that into chat so that people know?
Let me get the actual link, and then yeah, maybe after Carrie's done or somebody who's played can come on and kind of give us some details too. And then I was going to say too, in case people are having issues finding who they're supposed to be playing, just odd numbers, tag your partner, and then go from there, because it seems they were having a bit of an issue.
Yeah, because the people that are in here don't always have the same name in Discord that they do on the blockchain. So it's always a bit of a cluster to go find the first opponent and then the next opponent. Honestly, it's a cluster to find anybody, but that's part of why we're automating all of this, to try to make it more easy.
And then Carrie had said that there's And then Carrie had said that I'm echoing. You hear me twice, which I was having that problem with Taskmaster earlier.
Are you
So I don't know if you
are you
see
playing
if there's
sound
an
in the
issue on me.
background? It might be coming through your speakers, or you
No.
sound crystal clear to me.
No, I haven't. Okay, I've got everything off on my end. I'll double check.
Yeah, I have my headphones on. Yeah.
I've
But
got
I
headphones
can double
in.
check to make sure that my headphones are coming from the right
Me
spot
too.
and all this.
Are they plugged into the right place?
I mean, it's a totally fair question. Yeah, that's the right one there. All right, so hopefully we start getting some results to come in here, and people can tell me who beat who.
Okay.
Yeah, so Jezel just lost to Bounty
Alright.
Wolf. So that's one of the first fights. While I go put this thing into my tournament bracket, LL Farms, can you look up that fight on steemmonsters.com and try to find the Bounty Wolf fight there?
Sure, I can attempt
All
that.
right, so where is Bounty Wolf? So Bounty Wolf won here.
Oh, and Carrie is. Carrie
Steam
lost
Dan
too.
beats
What,
Carrie.
Carrie?
Sorry, Carrie. But I'm actually kind of excited about that because maybe you can come on now and come talk to us.
Yep, bring her on because she will help this situation.
All right, so there, yeah. So here's the first battle link.
Oh, he's
I'm
got
gonna
it.
go open
Okay.
this up,
Okay.
and I'm gonna put this over here. Yikes! All right, so this is Bounty Wolf versus Jezel. So first off, like, hopefully it's gonna take you a couple seconds to go see this. We know that Bounty Wolf wins. Actually, I'm a little bit surprised that he's able to win this. Well, I don't know. He's got that Rusty Android is not in a great spot as far as I can tell. That's a melee character. You have a melee character in a spot that he can't attack because you have to be in that tank spot, the first position to actually attack. But you have two magic casters here versus two different magic reflects. I'm actually a little surprised to see that Jezel didn't pull this off, but I'm going to go hit Rumble. Sorry if that's loud for you guys. We'll go speed this thing up a little bit. So as I'm kind of looking at this, it looks like, the damage output on that was pretty fast. Yeah, you got the magic users killed pretty quick. Your tank dies, your undead priest dies. You did kill both the magic users. You killed everybody. It's the thorns that got you, and there's no way to kill it. That's hilarious. That's a horrible way to die. Nice job, Bounty Wolf, there in that fight. That's the challenge with ranged, you know. That's an amazing finish. All right, so I'm gonna hide that. Let's see. Do you have any thoughts on that fight? Anything stand out to you, LL Farms, about that one?
Well, is that pretty unusual for every to have the one left card and that's the one that takes them out? I mean that seems a bit unusual to me. I'm a bit surprised at that, if I'm honest.
It's a mix, you know.
So
Sometimes you get it where it's a total annihilation, and other times it's actually pretty close. And there it came down to two cards. I've had plenty of matches where it comes down to one health.
Right.
You know, that was one where it came down to one whole card.
Really?
Let me go find Peachy Mod Lost.
Right.
Sorry, Julia. That's too bad. All right, here we go. Dream Rider. Hey, it's a Carrie Allen. How are things?
Hi, Carrie.
I'm good, except I lost. I should have played the Death Splinter, and I've been playing red a lot lately, so I did that. But as soon as it came up, I was like, no! He's gonna beat me. But that's okay. I think that I agree, the Thorn thing, and I've played not as many games as many people here, but I have played several games where I get down to one card. I'm thinking again because I'm in red a lot, where like the rock or something is just left being missed over and over again, and then magically you lose. But I don't think it's unfair. I mean, like, I'm never like, no, I lost because it's rigged. I'm all like, I lost because I'm dumb.
Well, that's good
Damn.
because we want this to be a game of skill and not really a game of luck.
Yeah, I like that a lot, but it's skill, and like when Chris is home, and he'll be home eventually tonight, he'll come over and he'll be like, "You don't want that one there. No, move that one. No, switch those. No, you're being dumb. Just switch them." And I'm like,
You don't just tell him
"Okay."
I'm a strong, independent woman and I don't need you to tell me what to do.
No, I'm all like, wait, how can I be better at this and win more? Tell me
That's
everything you know. Yeah, I like to just be better in general. So I'll take the help I can get. I have that. It's true. Are you catching up all the ones that have popped into the
I think so.
chat?
I'm going to go.
into
I'll
your-
put what I have in there pretty soon. I'm still 50 messages behind, so I gotta catch up.
Hell yeah, you are.
Yep, there's reseller. So I'm at resellers win, and if you're
Okay.
on, if you view the live stream, you should be able to see the tournament bracket as I'm building it.
Oh, I see it. I see
Hopefully,
it.
hopefully I didn't
sexy.
screw it up. Somebody should be
So
telling
it-
me.
Well, Well, you did mine right, except you spelled Steam Dan wrong. You spelled it the right way, but the wrong way for him. Because I'm guessing somebody already called Steam Dan with two
I mean,
E's.
it's possible. I have terrible spelling, and I'm doing this on the fly.
I like
Hey,
your
hey.
flies. Wait, what?
So sassy, my sassy little friends.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I'm sitting here watching the live stream, and it was still saying the last battle, and you're like, oh, I'm updating the thing. I wasn't seeing that, and I didn't realize that it was paused. It wasn't working anymore. So I was sitting here going, what? The chart's not up again. So yeah, dumb moments. It's totally acceptable.
Well, this is the first
right?
one we're doing this. You know.
So, Karen, yes, I know. And you planned it very well. I think I think it's working out exceptionally well for the
Well,
amount of planning
I've done
that went
this
into it.
once before now because we did this with the Mavs, and I said, look, I'll just do it this way. Clove has used a site before, and it was like, I don't want to sit here and register and do that, so I'll just do it the old-fashioned way with MS Paint, which is also another MSP. I feel sort of attached to this thing.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the place wherever Clove is using.
Yeah, I think
looks
that
cool.
might work for some, and maybe I'll actually sit down and try to teach myself a new technology. I'm old enough where it's like, new technologies? What do you mean? Back in my day, we just did it this way.
Back in my day, we used MS Paint for literally
Yeah.
everything because we
Yeah,
could.
I mean, if
And
it's
I
colored
still-
one way and you want it a
Dude, I-
different way, MS Paint. That's it.
Did Snuff fall asleep, Crystal? It says, okay, so a question, well, if you can answer and do whatever you're doing at the same time. It said that I think you have like 10 minutes when you make the challenge to somebody, and then the challenge
no,
dies,
it'll
or does
go
it
for
just
10
sit in
minutes.
there
If
longer
the other
than that?
person doesn't respond for 10 minutes, then I'm just saying that you win.
Okay, so will it come up on their account? Because looks like what is happening is Crystal is still waiting for Snuffles to come in and play. And if he doesn't come in, will she just automatically get the win and she'll be told that?
It'll be told what?
Like she'll get an announcement.
That she's the winner.
Like the same way, it's just set at 10
there's
minutes
no
rather
flood
than like they flood the
Just
battlefield.
somebody has to tell me these dudes didn't show up, and so we're gonna keep moving.
All right. So
Perfect.
and if Crystal, I'm checking.
Did somebody challenge me?
Actually, that could have been the sound. I just fled the damn battlefield because I was challenging.
Do you have
just
do you have
randomly.
headphones
Dang
in,
it.
Carrie?
I have my headphones in, but the sound's coming through everything, and I just hadn't turned on in voice meter banana so that you couldn't hear the
Busted.
sounds of me playing. Then I forgot. Hey, I'm trying to get my daily, bro, for my 5 cards that I get.
You only have
every
5
day,
cards.
bro.
You gotta up your game, girl.
Yeah, in my other account, I get 1 for my daily, and since it's a baby account, it takes me so long. But I find slightly more joy playing in my baby account with the level 1s because I feel like I can really get to know the cards a lot better when they have like their lesser abilities, and then when you like build them up rather than being like, boom, I've got all the abilities. So I don't know. I like playing the lower one, but that's not happening yet. We're going to get our next round. I should look at the Vim. So yeah, I was asked to do this with little Bemble, who talked to Matt and the Vim people, the Nertopian people over at Vim TV, because they wanted to do some kind of thing like this where it's like commentary, but I'm not 100% sure how that works. Like, we just play back the videos and we're like, this is why you should put this melee guy here, and this is why you should put this guy here. But I don't watch it.
Oh, sorry. I'm interrupting because Aggroed is asking, and on that match, they already said that. Let me find it. Dang it, I had it right in front of me. Math did not win.
No,
the other one won.
He just,
and then
no, T. Polly
John
said he won.
Deere and
T. Polly Mouth says he won.
did he? I thought he said earlier that he didn't win. Okay, ignore me then.
So I need to know
I
Glory
apologize.
and Henderson, I think, are the last 2 matches that I need to know.
Okay, I see. I'm trying to
And
help,
here's-
and I'm
here's
messing it up.
Henderson.
Just throw
Henderson
things at
says he
me.
won.
Anybody have any tomatoes? Just throw them.
I'm going to throw the jingle bells at
All
you.
right, last up, I just need to know Glory versus Monster Mother.
I haven't seen them.
All right, and we're still waiting. It looks like we're going to have to add in somebody new to play Crystal because Ham Snuffles disappeared.
Hey,
He's not in the chitty chat anymore.
This is okay,
Yeah.
actually.
Like, busts. I mean, she can just win by fault.
I'm going to give Van Steen
how I do
20
it.
seconds to go respond to me. If he responds to me, then we can move on and put him in there. But I don't know. It looks like he might have left. So for now, I'm going to put Doctor Who as the winner. It's possible I'll call that back or withdraw that. And then, have you guys seen an answer between Glory and Monster Mother who won?
I hadn't. I just tagged them though. Here, they're
Oh,
typing.
that's handy.
Look at that.
That's very handy.
The power
Thank
of
you,
Discord.
Oh, Monster Mother won. Congrats, Monster Mother.
All right.
And a level up.
Oh, and actually, so Van Steem is here. So we're going to go have them fight in just a second here. So Monster Mother won. And I'm going to go, sorry, Doctor Who, I'm going to take away your victory. And you have to go fight Van Steem.
Oh, Clay, I was hearing the same thing earlier with Taskmaster.
I mean,
There's some sort of echo
I don't know
aggro.
what it is. I'm not smart enough to figure it out right now. Not while doing all of this. So, Carrie, what was your strategy, and why did Steam Dan beat you?
Okay, so when coming into it in this challenge style, since I get to pick any team and the options that I had is I could choose from any splinter, so that was fun. And I went with red just because, again, I've been using red or the fire splinter more often than anything else. And I'm pretty familiar with the good order. And to be quite honest, the team that I played beats most teams unless I end up being up against the death splinter with the haunted spider in front. Because the haunted spider has
That's not the
heal.
spider.
And man, it's
That's a haunted spirit.
wait. Oh, Spirit. That's the one. Yeah, I'm not looking in the card. So the Haunted Spirit, yeah, it has heal, and so having that up front as your tank is super bueno. And sometimes yeah, I can generally look at a team, and as soon as it comes in, I can be like, I'm gonna win this or I'm gonna lose this because I can tell. And I really like that too, that it's really very much dependent on my skills. And then I have a tendency to watch all of the battles. Like I watch the whole thing so that I can figure out why something worked or why something did not work, and then I can move things around. I like red, I think, because I really like I feel like it has a lot of advantages in the melee department, and also it has a lot of fun like snipe and sneak abilities, even in the lower down levels. So before you have to level them up. So I felt like that was why I wanted to go with that. It was my strong team, and I lost, but it's okay. I'm a good loser. I just like playing. But I'm an even better winner because I could crush you. But I let Steve win so that he wouldn't feel bad being beat by a girl. So it's like I threw him a bone on this. So you're welcome.
Can you give me that match so while we're waiting for that last fight there?
Yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I fled that one. Okay. Copy. I'm just dropping it in the chitty. There's my match. I dropped it in the chitty.
We'll go view it. So here's Steem Dan with his Zintar Mortalis. As you said, he's got his Haunted Spirit, the Undead Priest, the Skeleton Assassin, and of course the Haunted Spider. And you chose the Cerebus with heal. You gotta love the heal. You have that Kobold Miner. You have the Goblin Shaman and the Fire Demon. I actually like both of these teams. The Steem Dan one is actually one of my favorite teams, just because I'm a big fan of the poison. So let's go see.
Yeah, I like that too. The poison. I like black as well. It's like, well, really, he used a good team. So
we're getting those debuffs applied, and I gotta speed this up. Maybe I won't go full speed, but so he didn't get that poison onto your Fire Demon. That's pretty good as a starting point. Oh, it was that full attack that he landed.
Right at.
Yeah. Oh, this isn't. Oh no, everybody's dying. Yep.
And then as soon as my Cerberus was down, I was like,
oh, the
I
world
have no
is
hope
ending.
At this point.
Why, God? Why?
Basically, I don't want to look anymore. And then what's hilarious is I'll skip to the end when I know I'm about to lose, but if I'm gonna win, I will watch that match to the very, very last hit while I'm winning. I'll be like, take that! I'm not.
You're not competitive at all.
No. Oh, but that's okay. I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind losing. I'm like, yay! I got to have my name on the chart. I lost.
Right. No, that's the best part. No, I think that you should enjoy winning, and being competitive is great. And as long as you can also lose well, then it works out perfect.
Participation trophies here, bitches.
None. Not at all.
Unless you win. You got to be a winner. Actually, we kind of do get participation trophies by just playing games.
True. It's the fun that is the participation trophy.
Yeah, it's not like, you did a really good job for showing up. Here you go, have a ribbon.
No ribbons for you. You lose, Carrie. You lose.
Oh, Pat's coming back to attack me again. Eddie's been very he's so needy because it's snowy outside, and so he doesn't go outside very much, and so he wants to be inside and jumping on me. He's in the hallway now. He knows I'm talking about him, and I can just feel him stalking. Oh, it's dangerous.
Oh, I love that.
Sorry to keep doing last minute turning. Keep doing. This is the second time.
I am trying to organize all this stuff. Well,
you have to. I just explain that to people. They're like, I didn't get to go. I didn't get to be a part of it. And I'm like, okay. So it was practice time, and we have to start somewhere. So everybody's sand, just blow them out of your panties real quick. And then we're going to get going with some more new ones. It'll be fun and fine and happy. I mean,
We'll figure out a way to do it a little bit better and figure out how to get Aggie some help. Because the problem is, I mean, I could help to keep track of this chart while he talks, but then I can't stream because, well, I can't do anything. Right? So I can keep track
Yeah, I mean,
of the
we're
chart.
not like a full production unit yet. You know, like we're not really the esports hosts and all that.
No.
So we're just trying to wing this.
We're fun, damn it. Okay.
yeah, it's good. We have to figure things out. It's like rolling down a hill, and you're like, "Oh, this is fine. We're doing a great job. We're going to get to the bottom eventually." No worries at all. The damn Vim is doing weird stuff and like constantly on.
You could go to msp-waves.com/listen.
I'm having issues.
That
with
works
it.
too.
I was having issues there, and I moved to M because it wasn't
there.
playing there.
Mr. Ron Donson. Ron, we have issues, Ron.
Oh,
Well, it just kept freezing, and so I tried Vim since that's what Ron said to do in the audience. It
Playing
wasn't
there.
playing.
okay.
Oh, I just heard myself. That was weird.
Yeah, I turned on the MSP on the other one, and so in the split second it came in. Sure.
Okay.
I mean, it is a little bit clearer on waves.
Well, it's because it's Vim. I think is what. Don't say allegedly. I didn't make it up.
You can try that Twitch. We got the
Allegedly
Twitch
you.
link too. I did allegedly. You. I'm very sorry.
Okay.
Really good.
Twitch is better.
All right.
Okay.
Well, now,
I'll try
so
Twitch.
can you guys? Hopefully, you guys can let me know who won. Start. Yeah, round
Did round
2
two
has
keep
I
started.
haven't seen anybody. Okay, Doctor Who has lost. Second
Oh.
round.
Wah, wah.
And that is the only one that I'm seeing so
Yep.
far. So Van Steem won
Oh,
that
here's
one.
Steam Dan. He's going to go. Hopefully informed us. He's challenged Van Steem. So round 2 is off to a solid start. Freaking Clay is already trolling me with, "Hey, we ran a smoother one." Freaking Clay. I guess he doesn't have that
Oh.
high-pitched nasally voice. He's like,
Well, it's because
"Oh,
Clay's like butter.
I was
Clay also
we were
cheated
able to
and
do
won,
that faster
so-
when I did it with Clove."
Okay,
Keep Polly
and
lost.
then let's see. So the monster. Are you seeing this one? Okay, you're looking now.
Why are your numbers in weird orders on the elimination
No, that's how
chart?
that's supposed to
It
work.
makes no sense.
And one of the reasons is so like the very first person to start should be the person that is least likely to have a match, because the benefit of being first is that like in an actual tournament bracket, the way that it works is like the very strongest team is supposed to be teamed up with the very weakest, and so on.
Wow. I see. I just don't know how your numbers work on this thing. Like, I'm trying to find a freaking pattern in it, and it's like a math problem thing, and it's insane because I can't.
Yeah, so
figure it
you
out. And I'm not.
the left side and the right side are sort of mirror images.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I see it now. I was just like, okay,
lost.
I've got 1, 2, 3,
So we
4.
got Van Steem here.
There's no method to your madness. I'm just gonna deal
There's
with
a
that.
wonder. I picked this one because I liked the method. Damn it, woman. Randolph is there. We're starting to get results to trickle in. Actually, so I got this match from Clayboyne. Let's go look at what Clayboyne is showing us. So we have another
Alright, Clay.
red versus blue match. We got some magic resistance from the tank, and Clay's killing it by not actually having any magic in his team. So that might have helped his choice here. What else am I seeing? I'm seeing... this must have some funky rules to it, because I'm seeing a lot of melee in here too. I'm assuming that melee can attack from anywhere.
Yeah, that's probably true because he's got. Yeah, because yeah. Well, no, they still got magic
Yeah,
in there.
I
But
mean,
why
there's
not if
nothing
you're
wrong with
blue?
using using melee. Yeah, so all these melee guys are attacking. So that's the version where that's allowed.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking that like if the challenge was melee is what you can use, then why use magic on a blue team? But magic is still pretty good. But generally, whatever the rule is, I like to go for that hardcore, like whatever you're fighting under at the time. So if it's melee only, then I would only use melee. Now, that can't be true for this. Maybe you
He
just
only
use
used
melee.
melee.
Claiborne, did you just use
That was
melee?
that was a pure melee team.
Yeah.
Nice fight, Claiborne. Was able to go watch that one.
Yeah.
All right. Congrats, Mongo. So Mongo moves forward.
And then good hello one against Bounty Wolf.
Oh, it's so exciting that we're going to get to see who the winner is right soon. I'm so excited for you guys.
All right.
Oh, God. Guys, even though I'm not going to win, I like watching it
Yeah,
unfold
I mean,
in real time.
it is sort of fun to go update this thing and see how it's going.
And thank you, Aggie, for updating it.
Soundwaves won a flag. Hey, I was saying that as you typed it. Wow. That was... I'm just gonna
All right,
be more original.
Steam Dan is sending us a battle.
You could bet on games all day if you want to. But you have to have somebody who is holding
we
the
got
books
Steam
for that
Dan
run.
versus Van Steem. Yeah, well, this is kind of the battle of the legendaries. This is fun. So Steam Dan has he picked Selenia Sky. We got the Chromatic Dragon up front, and we have Lightning Dragon in the back.
Oh my God.
And then Van Steem is going with Lord of Darkness and the Hydra. Any thoughts? What are your thoughts on this match to begin with?
Well, I'm looking at it larger on my screen now so that I can see. I don't play with dragons normally, just because they're so dang expensive to get up there. But if I had to, we already know who won this. Hold on, don't tell me. Let me see if I can make a guess. Oh, there's that. Okay. Oh God, it's so close. So I'm pushing for Van Steem, but I don't know who's gonna win this. I would think that he's got a little upper hand, mostly because that Hydra that he's got hidden back there at it's only a level 3, but still, dang, it's still
the thought that I have. So I feel like this is actually a pretty evenly matched thing, but the thing that's going to seal it for me is that when that Chromatic Dragon dies and the Lightning Dragon moves up, the Lightning Dragon is ranged, and so he's going to have trouble if that Chromatic Dragon dies. That's game over. So I'm going to go start this.
Yeah, like I totally agree. The only thing is it's got so much health on the front dragon that the Lightning Dragon is kind of protected unless we've got, because both of his are only attacking the first position. Right? Why? No, the Hydra can sneak.
The Hydra is getting sneak because of the special rules there that's allowed in this one. So he barely kills him with that retaliate that procced, and then he was able to go kill the Lightning Dragon without much effort.
The hits are hardcore when they're higher up. It's so painful. That's why I think I like level 1 too, because the games last a long time, so you can really see how things work, and it's kind of like a slower, so you get a really good understanding, because like everything's like you hit 1, you hit 2, and so it takes a little bit longer. That was just like fast and over, like a Band-Aid getting ripped off.
Goose defeats Dream Rider. Congratulations, Goose. There's another one going in here.
Getting another one going. So, Hello, Farms. Have you been playing a lot of Monsters?
Yeah. No, I haven't. I was gonna lie, but I couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, I have it.
No, I'm
start
still
out-
learning. Honestly, you know, I'm just a horrible liar. No, I actually have just started exploring it this week, and I think the backstories are sort of what have sucked me in. If I'm completely honest, I'm not a gamer at all, and I've told Aggie this, so I can say it on air. When he first started talking about the game, I didn't really get it. Okay, cool. Magic Gathering, I've heard of it. Totally, I get the idea. But it was never really a big interest to me, if that makes sense. It's just not my thing. I think it's really great for the platform. I think it's a really cool idea. It just was never my thing. And then when it became sort of a community project and, curating and all of this artwork and all of this music and really just the community coming together to build it was where I got really impressed, if that makes sense. And so that sort of has sucked me in. And so I'm just sort of falling in love with it. I'm just sort of getting into the game a little bit, watching, learning, but no, I have not jumped in.
I think that
Maybe in a little bit.
Because how I got,
I'm sure I will.
Like she had cards, and like before when we first got the cards. So similar story with me. I play board games like a boss. I play online games never. Literally never. I never played Magic the Gathering. I never played any of the games this is similar to. I didn't do the fantasy football thing, nothing like that. So everything was very new to me. But I was just excited because it was like a fun game. And I was like, I like games. And that was literally the only thing that I needed, and having no idea about anything else. And then, now I do the lore and stuff, which I super dig. But what I was going to say is I finally got Painting Angel Serena, probably a couple months ago. She had cards and been collecting them, but was afraid to play. And so I gave her very, very brief instructions and told her to go in, and the rest is literally history. She is hilarious now. And it is really fun to learn how to strategize and how you can get better. And the first few times it's just super overwhelming. At least it was for me, since I didn't have any background in the kind of game. So it was like the first time I was like, what does this mean? And then I would watch the video really fast, and it was just like nuts. Like you're like, that card hit that card. What happened? Why? And so it's a lot of that at first. But I think that knowing you a little tiny bit, you would like it, I think. Because it's like basically fun strategy, try to figure it out. And it's great because it only takes a few minutes. So you can like go on in between when you're doing something else and be like, I'll play one little game. Just one. I'm just going to get a taste. And then you can go in.
Because that's what I need something else to be addicted to.
So that's the other problem. Like, that might be the only problem. All right, so it looks like we've got round 3 is going. Take it away, Morris, Mongo, Van Steem, Clay, Goose, Good Hello, Henderson, and Randolph. May the best monster killer, is that
Monster Hunter?
Win.
Monster Manager?
And it's 2 out of 3. Monster.
Yeah, it was like monster.
No, they go back into their happy place. There's a safe space for all monsters. No monsters were harmed in the production of this.
After battle. It's fine. They actually like battle because of the cookie reward.
It's a rest.
So it's totally cool. Oh my gosh, so close. And so we're getting right now, we've got there's 4 battles going on. And then we're going to get it down to just 2 more. Oh, and then we're going to know who the winner is. Clay, if you win again, I'm going to have to start stocking your battles and see why you know all the things. Because I know that you won earlier. And that seems unfair, that you're smarter than everyone. But likely, also.
It's because of that voice, and that the glitter must add, maybe.
I
add
think
some
that
finesse or something.
He's asking me if it should go
Timer
into slow
for
mode.
chat.
And we don't need. We can just go back and view. It's
no,
not that busy. We're okay still. All right, hey, so just in case you missed it, it is the next round, as Carrie was mentioning who's fighting. This round is going to be best 2 out of 3, so it is no longer just a single fight and you lose. This round is best 2 of 3. The next round is going to be best 3 of 5, because that one is going to be the... is that the finale? I actually don't know. Yeah, the next round's a finale, so that's
That
going to be
is the
best 3 of 5.
Yeah.
The we'll also play for third and fourth, and then
No, 2 rounds of the finale. I lied to
well,
you.
no, because this round will determine. I don't know. Yeah, the box is weird.
The
I don't know.
box is weird,
Well, maybe it's best.
Okay, I get it now. So yeah, there's 2 more rounds because we have a Marabar Mongo winner. We'll play the Van Steem Clay winner, and then the Randolph Henderson will play the Good Hello Goose winner, and then we'll get those
Yeah,
2 down to 2 winners. So is that how you did the tournament the other day? It was like one game. Then the next round was best
Yep.
out of 3, and then the
Yep.
last one was
'Cause
best
that
out
way,
of 5.
like, I don't want to sit here for everybody doing best 2 out of 3 when we have like 30 plus people. But by the time you get down to the last, like, you really don't want it to be, just one fight and you lose because you just worked your butt off for an hour to get here, and now you want. Van Steem just realized that it's gold. Well, it's sort of on his opponents too. But if you caught him using something that wasn't full power, or that if he did gold, or if he wasn't using gold, then you can challenge that fight, and you are welcome to go back to gold. So Van Steem was using superpower. That's hilarious. Oh well, yeah, that's the challenge. Well, yeah, I get well. As long as they both have it, I don't know, but it's 2 of 3.
Where'd you go, Aggie? You started talking, then you left.
These people. Clay, Clay and I would like to host a tournament. Okay. What else am I doing here? Gary Allen taking a shit on a gold toilet. All right, good times. All right, so people are still fighting. Can you guys send me some fights? And I think I'm just going to do this one tournament. I was toying around with the idea of hosting another one immediately after this, but I think we're just going to do this one. This was a good experience to try to get not only the entire tournament like brackets built, but then also try to do all of this stuff at once. I mean, it is kind of a nightmare. It's fun, but my brain is certainly at like max capacity, and I'm looking forward to only one of these fights this evening. I mean,
I think 2 would be a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think 2 would be a lot. I'm sorry. I'm here. I was watching this. I think 2 would be a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be happy with the 1. And then what's the other? Yeah, Clayboyne and Clove are going to host one tomorrow night. So hopefully they can make a post and get some announcements out about that.
Nice.
What's the other thing? I don't know. This so far has been a good experience, and certainly having some people that are willing to talk and sort of explain what they're doing and what's happening, and just kind of like chit chat in the background too. That makes it a lot easier. So thank you to you and Carrie for being here. Thank you to the audience for being here.
Oh,
you know what? Maybe I could go give somebody some nice cards or something, and they could go run a second tournament, but over in PalNet and not broadcast like this.
But we are
not on the VEM. Is that what you're saying? I was going to say we are on
Well,
PalNet.
yeah, not in PalNet. People can go back to the Steem Monsters Discord, and then we can just sort of like end the transmission here, and people could organize one on the side if they'd like to.
And he added a fancy new channel into the Steem Monsters Discord called Tournaments Chat, where I bet that'd be a good place to go do that.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I saw that when you put it up. I'm like we need another chat room, and I'm like, I know, dear Lord. but I think it actually good. I like that you put it
Well-
right at the top. Our Discords get out of control on the amount of channels within each channel.
Yeah, but what I understand, it's obnoxious to have many channels, but it's also obnoxious to have general chat cluttered with, hey, meet me in challenge. Hey, you smelt it wrong. No, let's do it for 2. No, we have to set it at this level. Like that. That's not great for general chat. So that's what I was battling.
You've got 2 more
No,
hours
I think.
to entertain us.
Oh, we have
Well,
2 hours.
I think Ron's saying I have up to 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I highly doubt this is going for 2 hours. I think this thing is maybe 30 minutes from being done, maybe 20. But
So we're in 4th round. They're doing the best. 2 out of 3.
nobody's
Has
even
anybody come
posting
in yet?
matches. So you can actually go through, and I forget if it's on Steem Monsters or the other one, Peak Monsters. Let me see if I can find some of these matches. So battle leaderboard last season. What if I click on? No, I'm in DJ Sauna. Log out, log in. My 2 daughters play on DJ Sauna, so I'm logged in over there. All right, battle. How do I ranked? I wonder if I do top battles, maybe I can see this. So here's a fight. No, because that's an hour ago. I don't want that. Maybe I need to be in Peak Monsters.
Boop. Oh, we could just watch other random. Are you just looking for a random battle or one
No,
from the
I'm
tournament?
trying to get into. Here's battle. Either battles or battle chain. Battle. No, we want battle chain, and then search user. So who's somebody? Let's go look at Clayboyne. So here's a battle between Clayboyne and Van Steem from just a minute ago.
Oh,
So
Clay
where's
won.
the-
Well, I just looked. Did I spell Claiborne? I did.
So I'm gonna
spell
go
it
replay
like a
this one.
Silly person.
Like it had an R.
Yeah, just like that. And then I looked. I was like, "Dang it!" I was like, "There's nobody named this person. There's no
All right,
battles."
this is
Fake
actually
news. I think
Clayboyne's actually rocking one of my favorite.
Okay.
Oh,
Did you
yeah,
pull up a battle?
there's a
that I'm
battle
not
over
watching?
here. This is between Clayboyne and Van Steem. Clayboyne is actually rocking one of my favorite themes. So he's got the haunted spirit up front. He's got the undead priest behind with both the slow and the weekend, and then he's got 2 snipe archers. And so what's going to happen? I know the outcome of this match, but even if I didn't, just sort of explaining, it's likely that what's going to happen is that the centaur and the twisted jester are going to kill the divine healer. The defender of truth is actually about to kill himself. So he's going to shoot the haunted spirit, and then it's going to reflect back. So in 2 turns, he's going to be dead. The big question is what's going to happen with this feral spirit, because the feral spirit gets to go attack the twisted jester a couple times, and then we're going to look at this battle between the 2 tanks. But mostly, I think this is decided by the centaurs kill the divine healer pretty quick. The magic reflect will kill this defender of truth, and then it's going to be up to the haunted spirit, the centaur, and the twisted jester to go kill the paladin, and then kill off the feral spirit. So I can get that to fight. So I like it in part with the Selenia Sky because it makes both of these more powerful. So actually they're able to go, he kills that in 1 round, and then he's able to go kill the divine healer in 1 shot. So this looks like a little bit of a whooping just gets placed here. So there goes some of those attacks. We'll see if the feral spirit's actually able to kill. No, he missed. So that's the benefit of the dodge. This is kind of a whooping that Clayboyne's able to muster here. because his haunted spirit is only down 3 health. You know, there's a couple health lost on each character, but they survive pretty well. So we can do this through battle chain. So Peak Monsters then has battle chain. You can go select users, and that's how we can find people to go. What fights are looking like.
On the regular website, you can too. Like if you go into the place down at the bottom where it says battle log, there's a little place that says player now, and you can search any player and just pull up all of their listed their battle log. I don't know if that is new.
Did she just tell you how
did.
to use your website?
I was looking for that. I didn't think it was even possible on my website. I don't spend.
It's amazing.
Savage. You ladies are savage.
Sorry.
All right, so where am I looking for this?
Oh. So yeah, for everyone else, you can look up anybody's now. I don't think you could before, so it must have happened with the recent change from this morning when we added the challenge in. So now you can search. When you click down battle log, you can just search a player.
There it is. Yeah. Okay.
That's really cool. Are you getting all the winners here, Aggie? Do you have good hello?
I'm catching them as I go. So there's the battles between Clay. Clay actually went 2-0 versus Van Steem. That's pretty good. That's hard to pull off. In part because Van Steem is actually quite a talented player here. All right.
His picture's cute.
Hey, look,
hey there,
lady.
Van. Hey. I just pulled it out because I was checking the player profile, and he's looking at me over his glasses. I see you, bro. What's
How's your husband, Carrie?
He's driving.
We just told you who won that match,
All right,
Aggie.
so Marabara wins.
There's a lot of names, actually, that I'm really happy to see here that I don't see in PAL often or in PALNet, but that I know on the platform. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I specifically, when I saw Marabara come into the Discord, I was like, every time I see, like when my husband's playing, Chris Roberts is my husband, when Marabara comes up, I'm always like, Marabara! Because he literally loses to you every time I meet him. And I'll like look over the shoulder and I'll just like scream it and like beat my chest a little bit because it's a fun word to say. So thank you for the joy you brought me just based on your name.
Yeah, Ron, go eat dinner.
Ron, go eat your dinner.
It's okay. Thank you, Ron. You're exceptional. Thank you for being the best clown in the room.
Yeah. If the world explodes while you're eating dinner, then that's just what was meant to be. We'll be fine. Okay, do we have our updates? Do we have who won Randolph versus Henderson?
No, we don't. So I'm still waiting. I just pinged them. I don't know who won. But let's go do the thing that you told me to go do. I'm gonna go hop into Steem Monsters. I'm gonna go check out battle, check out the battle log, switch this over to Randolph Rope. And right now it's 1-1. So this is tight. We got ourselves a melee attack monsters only version at 18 mana cap, and it looks like we're going to get the Malric Inferno versus Zintar Mortalis. Let's go. Let's check the replay, shall we?
Yes, we shall, and we will talk about it football
we're
style.
So Randolph Rope is coming in here. It's all melee, and it looks like everybody did choose melee monsters. We get this. This is one of my favorite cards in the game, the Serpent of the Flame. That poison, the retaliate, the piercing, the high health, the high speed. What's not to like with this card? And similarly, in the tank spot, you have the Haunted Spirit.
Boom.
You get the Magic Reflect, which isn't going to play a big deal, but it's only 5 mana. It's got some pretty good damage on it. And that heal, the heal is really what makes a difference with the Haunted Spirit here. And then in the background, we got the skeleton assassin. That's great again for the poison. We get a little bit of a spineback wolf. That's there for the high speed and for the thorns. You get the cockatrice. You know, you gotta have a speedy cockatrice in here. And then on the other side, we're going to get the Elven Cutthroat and the Kobold Miner. So Randolph really went for the backside attack approach here. Oh, shit, because it's on the wrong side. I'm the worst. Worst DJ ever.
I kept refreshing, and I was like,
No.
did I break it?
No, I'm over here just like Carrie, refreshing, going, what?
Yeah.
It's me. I'm not
That's because
seeing.
I did it. I'm
Oh,
bad.
I'm glad it
I'm
wasn't
terrible.
just
All right,
this one.
so we get a...
It's okay. Hey, you were doing a really good play-by-play
trying,
that was
you know,
working.
I know that the people... Oh, see, there's the poison. That was the
You're
poison
doing
that
fine.
I think is going to make not enough effect in this game. But there's the... so the Spineback Wolf is doing this Thorns thing. So he's kind of doing the backline protection like he was hoping for. But the Haunted Spirit proc the Retaliate, although the poison didn't hit. But the poison hits on the second one. So that's some of the damage there. The Thorns on the Spineback Wolf is going to go kill the Elven Cutthroat. But it also kills the wolf. And now we're going to get the battle of the back lines here, where the skeleton assassin is maybe potentially getting killed by the Kobold Miner. But he missed. That's some good RNG in their favor. Now we're into round 3, so that poison kicks in a little bit. Poison kicks in a little bit again. The Spirit of the Flame is already able to go get a hit onto the Haunted Spirit. The Kobold Miner still can't kill the skeleton assassin. Having this high speed seems to be having an effect in here. Let's see. So we land a two melee attack there. The skeleton assassin is getting closer, but he finally dies to the Kobold Miner, and that's leaving this haunted spirit looking a little grim, because it's now something like 2 verse 3. Although there went the Cerebus. So we're getting close. Yep, the Serpent of the Flame is able to get that hit in, and it's really just down to one last hit on the cockatrice here. And with the Retaliates proccing and the poison, yeah, he's toast. He's toast. All right.
But wouldn't it have been fun if the cockatrice
Yeah, I mean, it's
beat them all
happened.
at the
You know,
end?
this is a game of skill, but that's not to say that there's not a little bit of luck. And where that luck seems to come in the most is with the cockatrice, who, because of both the dodge and the flying.
I was going to ask about that. Well, I was going to ask, because normally when I use the cockatrice, and I'm still just getting to know her a little bit, or him, maybe he has no gender, it's just a weird dinosaur bird, but I normally either put him in the front or the very back, and I thought it was interesting to have him in second position, but again, it's only interesting because I don't understand. Do you have any thoughts on why he'd be better in the second position rather than as I generally like putting him in front or very back as kind of like a decoy, because then the snipers and the people in the back are going to shoot at the cockatrice, who has his little, he can fly, so he's a little quicker, so he gets missed sometimes, so that's nice, and it's like wasting a hit. And alternately, if you put him up front, he has such small health, and such a tiny little thing that it's like, again, just like, putting him up there is, here, go get killed.
Yeah, I mean, I think he works great in the first position and in the last position. And then there's a handful of the conflict sets where the cockatrice can find a nice spot, particularly when all the melee monsters have sneak. But generally, I wouldn't put him in the second spot. I think that's a good observation. And I even have become sort of wary of, like, unless their monster battle history involves no magic, I'm wary of putting the cockatrice in the first spot, because he can be a great kind of paper tank where nobody can hit him, or he can die to one mischievous mermaid blast, and that's the end of him, and kind of a waste of 2 mana.
Yeah. That's true. I guess if he's going up against the magic, then it's pretty much over. But Cool.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Thank you for your
you had
wise
it already.
words.
So
Where
what
are
we're
we
at, we're looking at a Marabara versus Claiborne, and a good hello versus a very tenuous situation over here. We got Randolph Rope and Henderson. These two guys are trying to battle out their third battle here. We're it's 1-1.
It's 1-1.
So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, that's the thing. That the rule set changes, the mana set changes, the summoners change, the monsters change. The only constant is who's in this fight, and right now it's an even match.
Yeah. All right, guys. So if you're just joining us here on PalNet, I'm Carrie. You know Aggroed. And Justine's with us ringing bells, it seems like. Hey, girl. Ringing those
Am I
jingle bells.
ringing bells? I
Yeah,
don't
it
have
sounded
any bells.
weird. That was weird. What the hell was that then?
Or maybe it was a fairy. I don't know. I don't have bells.
Justine has a
Um,
fairy with her. That's fun.
I have a fairy. That makes sense. I mean,
I have bells, but you seriously
Yeah,
sound like
that's
you
what
have bells,
you're
but I
hearing.
have
You're hearing
bells.
your own feedback. Of
no,
your
I didn't.
tambourine.
I don't know.
That's impossible because I wasn't touching it. It's on the
Then
floor far away
somebody's
from
trolling
me.
you. You're trolling
guys are
yourself somehow. I don't know how it's happening.
Yeah. Probably. It's a
Trolling
full moon.
yourself.
There's probably monsters around. So we're about to get down to this 32-team single elimination Steam Monsters tournament
50
for how
SBD.
much? How much you giving away, bro? Oh shit! 50 SBD is about to go to some lucky, amazingly smart, very strategic winner of the Steam Monster Battlings. Oh, your thing. I was gonna read it and you
Oh,
disappeared.
you just want to see the bracket?
He's putting some.
I was just trying to see if I can. I'm looking
Yeah,
to
that's
see
what I was
if
looking
Randolph and Henderson were able to get their third match in, but not yet.
I was going to say that, or Marabara and Clay, they're actively in a match, right?
It's potential. Let's go see what Marabara is up
Oh
to.
wow, there's a Ned emoji.
Oh, holy shit! We
Justine, you're
got
my-
Clay. Clay hasn't informed us of this, but it looks like Clay's going to the finals, which is going to be yeah. Look at this.
What?
All right, so we're getting pretty
Oh,
close. Clayboy is
shoot.
looking to go undefeated in this
Nice.
tournament, and he won the last tournament. Clayboy might end up being one of our first professional Steam Monsters players. We'll see.
He's winning all the stuff. I'm seriously, I might go back and just like stalk you and watch your games and be like, why is he winning? What is his magical order? All right, so we're still waiting on the Randolph and Henderson
Henderson
battle.
is typing.
We're having a little difficulties.
We're about
but
to.
one-
Henderson wins. Nice. All right.
Ooh, there it goes.
wins. I almost did my ding
If you
ding
can
ding,
put
but
some
it wasn't turned on, so I'll
tambourine
turn it on for
into
the winner
this
winner.
to go celebrate.
I was going to say, do your bells.
That's it. But I was gonna do this now. Let's see if anything goes.
All right. So
Why is it disabled?
So
Oh,
Henderson and Good Hello, you two are in for a best of 3. And while you do that, I'm gonna go look at some of Marabara's matches, or I guess Clay's match versus Marabara. Let's go break those two down in the next Steam Monsters breakdown. Yeah, you need little cheesy little shit like that. That's what we need. In the breakdown, we're going to have Marabara versus Claiborne. Looks like Marabara is going to use Ulrich Stormbringer, and Claiborne is going to use Selenia Sky. This is a 25 mana match, and it looks like the conflict in play is legendary monsters cannot be used in battle. Let's go check out the replay.
Oh my
All right,
goodness.
so Marabara goes as a blue team. He's got the Naga. Naga is a killer lady. I mean, if you like powerful ladies, you got to like the Naga warrior. We got Medusa. We got the Crustacean King. We got the Enchanted Pixie. We have the Mischievous Mermaid. And, of course, the gender-neutral Cockatrice. Rocking it for Claiborne, we got the Silver Shield Paladin. We're going to have the Divine Healer. We get Defender of Truth, the Peacebringer, and the Air Elemental. So we know that Claiborne wins. I think some of what's going to help him win is this magic reflect. I mean, Marabar comes in strong with a magic team, and Claiborne has chosen a tank that has magic reflect. The other thing I'm noticing, you have some good ranged. Actually, all of Claiborne's units are targeting the very first monster. That's pretty good. I guess the same is true of Medusa, Crustacean, Pixie, and Mischievous Mermaid. I guess one of the main differences here is that these ladies are going to get magic tossed back in their face. Anything else that you would note for the fight here, Carrie?
Well, I'm just noticing, like, and again, sometimes my weakness is that I don't know a huge amount, but based on the two teams, I would say if I glanced at this, and not even on the things that you've already brought up, I would also assume that Claiborne was going to win this. And the reason that I would say that is he's got a lot more firepower, particularly his Earth Elemental and his Peacebringer back there are both 4 hits, which is just... It takes people out a lot faster that way. And so I would look at that, and from, again, a novice point of view, I would want to use those higher up ones, whereas down at the bottom, Marbara's got magic going on because, it's the blue team, so you want that going down there. And that's what I would play too. The ladies all together, the Naga Warrior, the Mermaid, and the Medusa, those girls are good. Like, his team is still very sexy.
Well, the one change I'd make is that the Defender of Truth and the Divine Healer, I like to switch up those two and what position they're in. Because I really feel like this team, the white team here, relies on the Divine Healer keeping the Silver Shield Paladin alive. And when you switch the Defender of Truth and the Divine Healer, if they get through your Silver Shield Paladin and then they immediately kill your healer, that's kind of a bad thing. If you can put the Defender of Truth in there and give maybe 1 or 2 more rounds for the archers to go do their thing, I think that can help.
I agree, and then at the same time, I almost worry that if you move the Divine Healer back again, that sometimes, like, not in this case necessarily, but like a sniper can get her faster. And so sometimes I feel like second position is the best, especially if you have a tank up front that you want to keep healed the whole time. But oftentimes, I always do what you just suggested, and I move her back a thing or two. But then I remind myself right now that Claiborne is winning.
Maybe he did the right thing. Let's go check out round 1. So Ulrich is adding that magic attack. The Crustacean King is adding the protect and the shields. The Pixie was adding the inspire. So that leads to an 8 attack Naga, but she gets taken out super fast. And I think some of the RNG, the random number generation, was not in the Naga's favor today because she could have killed him. She wouldn't necessarily have to die in the first round, but the fact that she did die in the first round, I think, is part of what made this match what it became.
So like with the little bits of chance that every card has built in, just because she happened to go down, that was the main.
Oh, so another thing that I like to do. He's got the mermaid out in front. I'm sorry, he's got the Medusa out in front. I think I like to switch the mermaid and the Medusa's position because of exactly what's happening right now. You have the Peacebringer and the Air Elemental, and they are kicking the snot out of the ladies. But if you have the dodge ability on your mermaid, there's a better chance that they might get through one or both of those hits, so that she could have sort of progressed the match.
Yeah, and then it just goes down to that poor little bird.
Against 3, the bird can't win that. You can't count on the bird.
No. I mean, it'll taste really good later when we cook him up and eat him. He was a brave bird. He'll come in one of those little Popeye carry-on cases. Was it Popeyes? Yeah, I think
That's
it
dark.
was.
That's dark.
So good on that.
Uh,
Yeah. Shh. He's a cartoon bird. It can't be that dark. All right. So, do we have a
No,
super
I'm still,
official winner?
I'm still waiting on
I feel like-
the results between Good Hello. No, Good Hello and Henderson.
Clay, right? Oh wait, no way. We haven't found that out. They said that Henderson won, I think.
Well,
right?
Henderson won the last round, but versus Randolph. But now they have to fight Good Hello.
I know, but I thought
I don't think so, because I just looked at their battle page and I don't see any matches here. I see Good Hello versus Goose. I see Aggroed in a Chew Girls tank top for a day.
I can't look over at it. Okay, I'm just gonna look away.
Thanks for
Every time I look over, I'm so sorry. Oh, I would look just as good in a tank
cat.
top like that. So
See?
I'm not hating it.
Look at that pretty cat. That's why
That cat is super
that
cute.
tool
I love
exists. So that when people
To
cover up the memes, gotta get them out of there.
Okay, so we've got Good Hello's
hopefully they
typing,
know that they're fighting.
and then
Less type and more battle.
I hope that. I feel like maybe we weren't supposed to be. Okay, so Aggroed, go grab the last match between Claiborne and whoever the heck he played. He says that someone new makes.
Well,
an
I wonder
appearance.
who could that be? Somebody new. I guess it's a new monster. So with let's go take a look at the footage here. We got Claiborne fighting Marabara. Claiborne chooses to go with Liana Natura, and Marabara chooses to go with Talia Firestorm. The challenge is a 22 mana cap with the no modifications. This is standard rules. Let's check it out in the replay. I feel like I need some other. I need more than like the replay booth. It needs to be a replay something. Oh shit! Clay's got Lord Arrhenius up in here. So this looks like a fun team. Lord Arrhenius. I don't know how to say that, but I'm going with Arrhenius. We got the Earth.
Did you not decide on the name?
I like him, Matt Art, and we talk a little bit about balance, and he just names stuff whatever he wants. We got the Earth Elemental, Swamp Thing.
You're like, how do you
Spirit of the Forest over here? See, hey, here's what you were talking about. The cockatrice is sitting here up front. Marabara's got a fun team. You got the Cobalt Miner. Here you get the Flame Imp. This is one of the new reward edition cards that recently came out. It provides haste, and that haste goes along well with the slow. So you're kind of getting a net change of 2 speed with this. That's pretty powerful. We get the Inspire, and then we also get some magic here. So let's see. Let's see what happens. So Liana pumps up their health by 1, which is good for Lord Arrhenius because that brings his health to 9, and that means that the heal he gets would have been 3. But then again, the weaken comes in, his health is only 8, so I think the heal is going to be worth 2. So we get that first attack from the cockatrice hits the thorns on Arrhenius, so that's a little rough for him. The magic gets reflected back. So, what else have we got here? All these magic attacks. Yep, like I said, that was a 2 health change. All right, so the Spirit of the Forest went and killed the Flame Imp. No damage was done to Arrhenius because of the Void, but these magic attacks are in fact coming back. That they're in some trouble here. I think Claiborne is going to be able to get through here with basically no monsters lost. Yep. So we got the Goblin Shaman gets toast there. So now their health goes up by 1. This heal is now going to be worth 3. Um, so the attack goes through, but the thorns hits. So now he gets killed from that. We get some blast damage here, and it is doing some damage, but that blast isn't enough to undo the health. The reflect is about to go kill this pixie. Oh, I thought that would kill it, but I guess the void sent it back at half damage or something. No, it's only 1 damage. So that's what I'm used to the max level cards. This isn't max. So, but this is looking pretty grim. It looks like Claiborne is going to win this match with only like 4 health and 2 armor missing, and otherwise a perfectly intact team. And that's a rough spot to be in. And there's the death. So I think Clay was really talking about Lord Arrhenius, and I think Lord Arrhenius is a great card. I thought he was a little bit underpowered when he first came out, but you see some of these matches, and it's pretty obvious that he's a strong character and there to be able to go put a hurt on the other team. We should pull Clay on. Hey, Clay, can you come on air?
Did Clay officially just win everything?
No,
Did Clay officially
we're
just
still
win
waiting
everything?
on Good Hello
Was
and
that the one?
Henderson.
We're still waiting on the other one.
Yeah, they seem to be having issues going in because they send it. It says I'm ready, and then it says I'm sent, and then he said, "Yeah, it's done," and they're not getting it back in there.
They might not be updating us in terms of what happened here. Is Clay, are you here? So tell us a little bit about your thinking here. You know, as the new esports legend that's growing out of the Steem Monsters ecosystem. Tell us a little bit about your strategy. Tell us a little bit about what you're thinking, and what are you worried about in this upcoming match?
Okay, I was watching the live stream, so like I was wondering if like the echo was in the room, but I get it now. I just had to kill that. I couldn't remember
All right,
much of
Clay.
what you said. Sorry.
So tell us a little bit about your strategy going into the last matches, and tell us a little bit about your strategy going into this next match, if for whatever you feel like you can talk about.
Well, I don't think I've played the 2 people that are in the other bracket very much, so it's going to be interesting. With Van and with Marabara, like I've played these guys like hundreds of times, so like we're all in each other's heads. We all know like what strategies we use, and like my goal with Marabara was I'm gonna do something completely different that he's like never seen me pull out because he's got my number a lot. Like that dude is super talented.
He has
at this game,
thousands of matches under his belt. Marabara is probably one of the most. I don't think I should use the word promiscuous, but I don't know a better word right off the top of my head on a live stream. He's one of the most promiscuous monster battlers.
Yeah, and Van is somebody that I kind of joke around and call him like my arch nemesis because me and Van have been like battling it out since season 1, and Van actually ended up winning last
He's a very
season,
talented player, and he's another one that'll put in. Yeah, sometimes you just got to put in the games to learn the meta, to learn what people are up to, and I feel like Van is one of the guys that's put in the number of matches that you need to really know like what you're facing out there.
Yeah, it's definitely not a super easy tournament. Even like some of the whenever we're playing like this lower bracket, it kind of takes a lot of the players like I think like myself and Van and Marbara that are like used to playing at like the top level with the same people all the time. It kind of like takes us out of our element playing with lower ranked cards, and it also gives a lot of the people that don't have max cards a very good chance to beat us because one, like they're used to playing with cards at this rank, but also it's a level playing field, so they don't have to worry about us pulling up max cards. Like overall, like I really think the tournament style that is going to be in place. Like earlier, I got completely destroyed playing a bronze tournament. I think I lost my first two, and then we played a gold earlier, and the gold is the one that I won. Clove and I were hosting. It was pretty big. I think it had like 20 something people in it. But I'm really interested to see like what like the silver leagues and stuff like that. It's definitely not something that I think any one person is just gonna like come in here with max level cards and rock all of these things because it's so much like different stuff to remember. The cards play very different at these different levels.
Yeah, I totally feel that. Oh, we got our first match in here between Good Hello and Henderson P. Let's go see this. So Good Hello has chosen Selenia Sky. Henderson P has chosen Zintar Mortalis. It's a 15 mana challenge, and this is back to the basics. Monsters lose all abilities. Let's go check out the replay. All right, so it looks like Good Hello. See, this is one of my favorite plays here. Is to go rock the Peaceful Giant to get us started. We're seeing the Highland Archer. The Highland Archer, which is a brand new rewards card, is actually making tournament play right now. And Peacebringer. I'd like Randolph Rope. I guess he's no longer here, but this choice is going to go bring great sorrow to Randolph Rope, who is one of the biggest haters of the Peacebringer that's out there. And of course, we're going to go see the Haunted Spirit. We get to go see the Twisted Jester, and then we're going to see the Haunted Spider. And just looking at this, I think I'd put my money on the Selenia Sky team. In part, we're going to go see a boost to these two ranged attacks. I think that was a miss by Henderson, and because literally his summoner ability has zero effect in this match because there's no melee monsters. So I think that was a miss. Maybe if he had chosen to go do this with Selenia and get both of those to his backline archers to actually get some hits in there, maybe that would help. But I think just looking at this, especially because the Haunted Spirit doesn't have any heal, just the choice of summoner might have actually sealed the deal here. Any thoughts from the ladies or from Clay?
I can tell you that's like I wouldn't have ran either one of those teams unless the math is just significantly beneficial in the range boost. I usually run Ulrich. There's actually a good way to run Liana right now. Liana and Back to the Basics can give you the upper hand if you have a really strong like max green team and you have a maxed what's like the neutral, the Sphinx, basically like magic rules the day whenever it comes to the Back to the Basics lineup. And I actually haven't got one of these in this tournament yet, but that's my go-to. Like, because your magic can attack from the front spot and they can attack from the back spot. They ignore armor, and you're not gonna have to worry about anybody attacking your back line or anything like that. You just want to put your biggest meat shield out there, which currently is Peaceful Giant, and you want to get as much magic damage behind that as you possibly can.
Nice. All right. A Doge Warrior. Yeah, I mean, we could theoretically go put in. I'm looking at Scaredy Cat Guide. Mitchell J. He's mentioning some of the other cryptocurrencies. Steem is not the only cryptocurrency that's out there, people. There's many others that are in this world. I just happen to be a Steem maximalist, so to hell with the rest of them. I don't mean that poorly, but I kind of do. Ladies, any questions for Clay as he readies himself for the next round of esports drama?
Yes. What color glitter are you wearing today for this day?
None at the
That's the
moment,
question.
but I would say black glitter is probably my
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's so important. Okay.
Now
I'm not
we
helpful. I'm watching. I'm interested. I'm trying to figure out how Clay is kicking ass so much, but I guess
Clay,
that's
have
a
you
crazy
even had
question.
one loss
So.
in this tournament thus far?
Not yet.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. You're about to go into the finals completely undefeated. I mean, that has to give you a load of confidence.
also.
Are they done with their matches?
I don't think they're done. Good Hello. Oh, Good Hello wins the second one as well. This is a sweep by Good Hello. Let's go check this out. We got Zintar Mortalis versus Zintar Mortalis. The challenge is an 18 mana melee attack only. Let's check out the battle replay. All right, so Henderson P.
Do you want us to go
Clay,
start our battles?
get out of here. Get out of here. Now, hey, it's best. Hold on, I should go explain this now. It's best of 3 for Clay and your opponent. Who are you fighting? Best of 3 for Clay and Marabara, and then actually we're gonna get a fight in here. No, Clay is now fighting Good Hello, so it's best of 3 between Clay and Good Hello. Marabara and Henderson, it's best of 3. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 2 out of 3 for you two. Damn it, I'm just going to type this because I'm clearly not braining good.
So the last game, do you want it to be the 3 out of 5?
Yeah, the final of Clay versus Good Hello is 3 of 5.
Yes. I'm looking at the old thing because I can't even screenshot you quick enough with the
the current elimination board is back up there.
There it is. Screen card. All right. Oh, it might have caught it when it was loading. Oh, you guys. Someone's going to be 50
Well,
Steem.
no, nobody's
Richard,
getting
or SBD.
50 SBD entirely. I'm going to go split this between first, second, third, and fourth. And Carrie, you are echoing like crazy now. I hear it. So she just goes offline. All right, well, that's what we're facing.
I do know. Hold on, I'll fix.
I don't know, LL Farms. What if anything, as a newer player in the world here for Steem Monsters, what if anything do you think you've learned from watching these titans of Steem Monsters battle one another?
I just think it's really impressive how much real strategy goes into it. I mean, you hear that, right? And you understand that, sure, there's some strategy involved, but I think that, yeah, the cards picked and why, and I didn't realize how big of a play that really was on the game. And actually just seeing, I don't know. I find it really intriguing and interesting, and I'm just sort of watching and then going, man, I need to learn about these cards because I don't know about them. So I think you're winning me over just watching this. So I will be digging more this week.
Matt and I have worked really hard to make sure that this is not only a balance game, but a strategy game. That really this is determined by your understanding of the rules.
Right.
I'm going to tell you all a secret. I don't know if you know this, but I think of this as a coding game. Because if you watch how you learn how to code, you sort of write a little code and then you watch what it does, and you write a little code and you watch what it does. Each one of these cards represents just a tiny bit of code. And you know the order, you know how it's going to operate. This is, believe it or not, this is in some ways just a coding game. Are you able to make code that is going to be more efficient than your opponent at fighting monster battles?
Interesting.
I
don't.
Hi.
I
the same way. Yeah, I'm like, what? How's it?
no.
Like,
the coding I think is it's one of those things that I look at it and I get it and I get what you're saying and I'm hearing myself echo.
Yeah,
So
Carrie, you got to do push
right
to
now.
talk, Carrie.
But it
You
goes
gotta do
over my
push to
head,
talk.
so it's
Go on, Farms.
no, and I just it's still over my head. So I'm very I'm not visual. I'm action. I have to do it. So I think what I need to do is I need to get involved in the cards and then just go on and play. Because that's going to be when it makes sense to me. Because you can tell me all you want, and I'm okay. Those words make sense, but it's not clicking. So I just need to do it. So the coding I get how it's. Gosh, it's really kind of deep. It's you and Matt or Gene.
Each card has a set of actions, and they're predetermined set of actions. So you are like, attack this guy in first position, attack with this guy in second position. You are setting orders and rules of how you want your battle to play out. That's coding. People might not realize it, but when you are changing the order of these monsters, you are essentially changing the order of your code. So. I'm just putting this out there for the people. It can be like chess, and I'm not saying that it's not. I wouldn't take that away from you. But when I'm thinking of this game, I think at its core, it's really like a coding game. Who can make the best code to kill their opponent with what's the most efficient way to write that code? And what's fun is that there's not a single one that's ever going to be the right answer at all times. Like the matches keep changing, the rules keep changing. There's no one specific way to win this game. The way to win is you outplay your opponent over and over again, and there's no one formula that you can stick to that's going to let you do that.
Right, because their code's always changing as well. So it's an always evolving code on both sides. So the same one will never work. Interesting. Okay. I hadn't really thought about that before.
Pot Plucker says it's that darn random order of which monsters attacks that really messes up a plan. But I'll tell you, it's not a random order. Rondon is right. The order of play is speed determined. So based off of the speed of your monsters, that's going to go determine who's going first and who's not. And then in the case of a tie for speed, then it is random. Then you get to go see who's actually doing who's going to go first, and that is luck based. But in terms of like which monster goes first, it's entirely speed based. And I have like a million different tabs open here. All right, so let's go. Who's the next person that we want to go see? I'm gonna go check out Good Hello. Let's go see if they have one match in yet. Good Hello versus Clayboyne. Oh, so Clay has actually suffered his very first loss of the match. It seems like Good Hello was able to go listen in on Clayboyne describing some of his strategy and maybe was able to go capitalize on that. So here we see two Zintar Mortalis in a 22 monocap with only melee monsters allowed. Let's go check out the replay battle. Battle replay? What should I call this thing? I need a funky name. The battle booth?
Ooh. I don't know. I can't. Carrie, you're the funky name girl.
So here I can. Oh God, Carrie, the echo. All right, so with Clayboyne here, I can see a little bit of the challenge in that he chose the animated corpse, but there's literally zero. There is zero magic damage on this other team. So of course the Void is going to go help versus anybody that's got some magic damage, but I don't see any here. And that's gonna cause some real grief for for Clayboyne's team here. Into the Battle Dome. It's like Thunderdome.
Into the
That's
Battle
pretty
Dome.
awesome.
Good one, Scaredy Cat. Yeah.
Do you know what the Thunderdome is? You might not know what Thunderdome is. What's Thunderdome? You tell me.
I know what the Thunderdome is.
Tell me what Thunderdome is.
I'm not 12. Well, are
Oh, yes, really.
really?
Yes.
We're gonna just put
Yes.
me on the spot here and just make
Yes.
me
I want to know,
explain
what
it
is a
all.
Thunderdome?
Jesus. Well, are we talking about the original? Well, are we talking about the original Gladiators movie or the show? Are we
Mad
talking
Max.
about
We're
the
talking Mad Max.
movie?
What,
What are we talking
what did you
about
reference
here?
first?
Okay.
A Thunderdome and what?
Remember remember that Gladiators that came on and it was like they would fight each other on national TV, and what didn't they call it, the
I don't think
Thunderdome?
they called it the Thunderdome.
No, this was when I was a kid.
I don't believe
Did they not
so.
call it the Thunderdome? Okay. Maybe it was called the Thunderdome in my head.
You know, there
I don't know.
was a little bit of RNG here that seemed to have helped Good Hello versus Claiborne, because in one of those rounds, Good Hello was able to go first with his Lord of Darkness, and it actually was able to stun Claiborne's Lord of Darkness. So Claiborne's Lord of Darkness wasn't able to get an attack out, and I think that might have played a role in terms of who won that first round. So we'll see. All right, so we got Claiborne. And then we got our second game in here. The second game has been played, and here we're seeing Claiborne is actually able to beat Good Hello. This is a 1-to-1 match right now in the finale. These guys are performing like we'd expect them to. So let's take it to the Battle Dome. You have Claiborne with Selenia Sky, Good Hello with Selenia Sky. It's a 16 mana cap rule with weakened magic. Magic attacks hit armor before reducing health. Bring it to the Battle Dome. So, who are they choosing? So Clay's going back with Lord Arrhenius here, so he's sticking with this with his reward edition tank. So you have Lord Arrhenius, and he's going to go fight against the Frozen Soldier. They both went blue team. That's a little surprising to me, especially because neither of them went blue team and also rocked a... there's no magic on either of these blue teams. That's a little fascinating to see. But let's go check out what happens here. I think this Lord Arrhenius is making a big appearance in the tournament this evening, with Clay picking him a few times here. So the ranged attacks seem to be the best line of defense against Lord Arrhenius, and I think Clay's use of the Pirate Captain to go kill the heals is making a pretty big difference here. And then there's a little bit of RNG that's going to matter. Yeah, so the Centaur is able to go kill the healer. The Pirate Captain is able to go kill whoever was left over here. I just forgot. And now we're going to tick down a little bit. But I think this the 4-attack Pirate Captain is going to go play a big deal. And Arrhenius makes it through yet another match. This is as tight as it gets, people. I mean, we're 1-1. And waiting to go see these results as they come along. Let's go take a peek at the backup match here, where we have Maravara versus Henderson P, and we can go check out what that fighting system might look like. So we do have the first fight here. We have Marabara beating Henderson P using Selenia Sky versus Zentar Mortalis. It is a 16 mana match, and it's standard rules. Let's go bring it to the Battle Dome. And Lord Arrhenius is making yet another appearance. I mean, if you want to be in tournament play, it looks like you better go do your reward quest or bring it to the market. This seems to be a winner. So Henderson P is rocking, again, one of my favorite teams here. You have the Haunted Spirit. You have the Skeleton Assassin with 1 poison. You have the Undead Priest with another poison. And you have the Haunted Spider. And I got to tell you, this Haunted Spider versus Lord Arrhenius, not only are you getting the range damage, but you're also getting the potential of poison. That, to me, has a good chance of being the game changer over here. And then for Marabara, we have Lord Arrhenius as a very solid tank. Clay is showing us just how useful that can be in the finals here. The Crustacean King as a healer to go keep your Lord Arrhenius alive. And then this Water Elemental. And so you can see there are 2 players or 2 monsters on the Marabara team that have the heals coming, 1 to the tank and 1 to the back line, and we have 2 people with poison, 1 determined to go to the back line and 1 determined to go to the front to go cancel those heals. Any other thought there?
I don't have a thought. Are you asking me? I'm watching in excitement.
All right.
Continue.
Well, it looks like we already know the final outcome here. It looks like Good Hello takes the tournament.
Yeah.
Clayboy is going to come in second, and then
Nice.
we're going to be left with trying to figure out between Marabara and Henderson P, who is going to win that last one. But you can see these poisons are seeming to hit their mark, and so that's kind of a big deal for them.
So the poisons, and then you keep talking about the Black Widow, right? That seems to be a good advantage card from what I'm understanding.
I love the
right
Haunted Spirit. The spider here, I think, is one of the best cards, but. Mars Bar's team with Lord Arrhenius really just put the hurt on him. So let's go. We have the final ruling here of what happened with the Clayboyne Good Hello battles here. So let's go check them out.
All right, and he's saying poison took down his tank in the last one. I'm still watching this, trying to. Yeah, you're sucking me in here.
Yeah,
this is what I needed.
So it looks like Good Hello is able to win 3 to Clayboyne's 1. Let's go look at these various matches. So we already took a look at this first match, I believe. Oh, and we did look at the second match. So we just have these last 2. We got Malric Inferno versus Selenia Sky with a 17 mana cap and a weakened magic. So let's go bring it to the Battle Dome. So let's see, Clayboyne and Good Hello. So we have 1 Lord Arrhenius, and only the 1, so that's a little fascinating. That's a bit of a change of pace here. So Clayboyne is going with the Serpentine Soldier, whereas Good Hello is going with Lord Arrhenius. And let's go see what happens here. So as we speed this up a little, Good Hello is able to go hit 3 of his players, 2 of which are Rewards Edition cards. That's good to note there. Versus Clayboyne, who's got, 2 of his characters are getting a buff from his choice of Malric Inferno. But without any kind of armor here, they were in trouble because the pirate captain was just able to go kill him dead. And that's a little bit rough. So the archers are really able to go take down the Kobold Miner and some of the team from afar, and in that second round, Good Hello is just able to lay the smack down. And then in this last round here, between Clayboyne and Good Hello, we have this match, another Selenia Sky versus another Selenia Sky. And this one is going to be melee attack monsters can attack from any position. It's an 18 mana cap rule set or mana cap, and we're going to go back to the Battle Dome. So we have Clay versus Good Hello, both with Selenia Sky. And Lord Arrhenius is coming back big into the finale here. This is kind of funky because we're seeing a bit of a switch up between Lord Arrhenius as a tank and versus fire. Now it's fire versus Lord Arrhenius as a tank. I mean, that's some good turnaround play. That looks to be a little bit of mimicry or something. That was fun to watch. All right, so it looks like we get the we're getting some ranged attacks going through. The it looks like this Earth Elemental is in a little bit of trouble because it doesn't seem to be healing fast enough. And yep, that one goes down. The tank is having a little bit of troubles here. Lord Arrhenius can't quite keep up. And it looks like the poison from the Spirit of the Flame is what's going to seal the deal here. And it looks like Good Hello is going to be able to go take the prize. So congratulations, Good Hello. Clay, you made a great showing here. Nice job. You came in second place. And Good Hello. Let's see, is Good Hello in the audience still? They're in there. I'm not sure that they're speaking. They're muted and deaf. I don't know what I'm supposed to say there. Can't hear, can't speak. Yep.
Deafened. I think they call it deafened on sound.
And then what? I'm waiting for who were the last two? Marabara and Henderson. So as we probably on the video feed, who do we have left here? Marabara. And it looks like Marabara is actually able to go sweep Henderson. So that's your tournament tonight, guys. You have Good Hello taking champ. You have Clayboyne coming in second. You have Marabara in third and Henderson P in fourth. And I see Good Hello typing. I don't know if
Very nice.
Good Hello is going to be able to come on air and talk to us about their strategy and what they were doing here. Clay versus Good Hello. So this is Good Hello. And then in third place, I already forgot who it was. Oh, Marabara wins.
You should put the and yeah, can someone do the final match? A link in the chat if they have it. I know I'm echoing, so I'm trying not to talk too much.
Yeah, I can go post this. I can put them in there. Clayboyne versus Good Hello. Battle details. Copy. Paste. Alright, next up. Battle details. There's another one. In the very last match here. All right, and those are the four last matches. Did Good Hello ever type back? Did he actually finish his sentence there?
Yes. So he's not going to speak. He's not comfortable speaking on the mic. He says English is not his first language. So he was just typing in the chat there.
Did he message that to you directly?
And I think that was the last we'd heard from him. No, it's right. It's right in chat. It says, "Sorry, I can't speak English well." Was the response to asking if he.
But no worries. All right. Well, congratulations, Good Hello. Thank you all for partaking in one of the inaugural Steem Monsters tournaments. I will be sending along some SBD 25 to. So I have 50. No, this pen is dead. I have to go split 25 or 50, so it's going to be 25, 15, and 10 for the other two. I got to go look at what I paid out the other night, but money will be coming to you guys shortly.
Okay.
Thank you all for partaking. You've been listening to msp-waves radio. This is the voice of Aggroed. I have with me LL Farms. LL Farms, anything else you'd like to add for the first live stream tournament?
Wonderful tournament, very fun. I learned a ton, and yeah, super
Yeah,
exciting. I'm
well,
looking forward to the future ones.
you guys should check out the most recent at Steem Monsters post. That at Steem Monsters post has a call where we're actually asking people to help host these for about a month until they're all entirely automated. Steem Monsters will give you money, and you can go use that money to post some tournaments and run it roughly like this. It's a little bit of a shit show, but it's a lot of fun, and hopefully people are streaming these as we go. And yeah, it should be an excellent evening. Anyways, I'm highly grateful to everybody. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you can see how your Steem Monsters cards are going to make you some money. And thanks for partaking. And to the lovely co-hosts that we had this evening, both LL Farms, Carrie Allen, and thank you Clayboyne for coming on and talking some strategy with us too. I wish you all the best. Have a great night. And I think in 50 minutes we're going to have one more show here. It's going to be Clayboyne. I think it's Clay, and I think it's Cope. Maybe that's right. Maybe it's not. I'm filled with fake news all the time. But thank you guys for coming. Yeah,
Coffee and
good
philosophy.
times, good night, and we'll see you guys in an hour. Thanks so much. Oh, and Clove wants me to mention that there's a Clove is hosting another 50 SBD tournament tomorrow night. That will be in the Steem Monsters Discord, and Clove, hopefully you can go stream that as well. But should be fun. Really excited to have you guys in there, and thanks for doing that. And I'll see you guys in 54 minutes for Coffee and Philosophy. Thank you all. Aggroed signing off, and thank you LL Farms, and enjoy a little bit of Steam Mix until Coffee and Philosophy starts up in 50 minutes. Good night.